So I heard a rumor that you guys like Kingdom Hearts. Did I mishear? Maybe I did. Maybe I should just turn this game off. All everyone wants to talk about is FF7. I don't know. Maybe we shouldn't do that. Maybe we should just quit this game right now. Ugh. Of course, everyone likes to talk about anime and Fallout as well, so I don't blame them. So for those of you not aware, Final Fantasy VII on the PS4 is available right now for $10 on sale. It is, it has the 3 cheats built in, for those of you not aware. The 3 cheats are no encounters, sped up animations and time, and ridiculously overpowered mode. I don't know what else to call it. Basically, like, your stats get cranked and you get infinite limit Rex and all that fun stuff. Anyways. So, yay, if you happen to have a PS4. I do not, obviously. Yes, Final Cloud. We're all aware of how IGN is stupid. We hold the power of the donut ship. Behold my power. I mean, Roxas is just totally irrelevant to the story, right? He's not even an interesting character, and I wish they'd just get on with it. Get back to Goofy, the main character of the story. Right? Right, okay. Making sure we're all cool on that. This is a good song, yeah. This is a good remix of the song, too. Ah! This is a donation incentive, Daniel-san. Donation war, actually, for whether or not we will be muting the music during the Atlantica section in Kingdom Hearts 2, or whether we'll be singing along. And by we, of course, I mean the guy who's you're listening to right now. I also like the quiet subtlety of the, or the quiet symbolism of this, with the whole us going into the clear black hole. I mean, you can literally see this black hole in the distance there as we're approaching Hollow Bastion. That'll actually get even worse when we go past Hollow Bastion into the total realm of nothingness. But right now we're just approaching the black hole, and I always got that impression, even when I played this originally, that that's exactly what we're happening. We're just descending into the depths here. It really got across the point of how far into the darkness we would go in Kingdom Hearts 1, since that is one of the main things we do in Kingdom Hearts 1. So, Hollow Bastion. Gosh. So here we are, guys. This place is probably one of the better designed areas, like, ever. I mean that sincerely. The overall, just the design, the music, the art style, the rising waterfalls, the chunks of terrain, which clearly used to be one cohesive thing, one cohesive platform or area or whatever. The actual castle itself, and the half old style, half new style, half broken down technology, half twisted magic, the giant broken heartless symbol on the front. This place is just really, really, really well designed, and no, I am not great. This isn't actually the answer is neither, Leander, although there is a theory about this. I suppose I'll share that theory now. Here's my theory. Remember how I mentioned how every world of light has the similarity of being a Disney world? In the realm of light, I should say. And this is like the exception to that. Hollow Bastion, or rather Radiant Garden, was not a Disney world. In fact, it was decisively not a Disney world. It was basically the Final Fantasy world, in addition to also being the original world. I don't think Radiant Garden was originally a world in the realm of light. I don't think it's even still a world in the realm of light. I think this is actually a world in the realm in between, or in the realm, like right on the edge of the realm of darkness, similar to what we've already seen in Traverse Town and Twilight Town. The only difference is Ansem, the Wise, spent all of that time and effort and work and energy to turn it into the Paradise World. He even references this in several of his reports about all the time and work he did to make it into this paradise world of fountains and smiles, I believe is how he refers to it as. So, in other words, this is relevant because I think the nature of this place is a little more stripped bare with Maleficent being here. Obviously, this place is a shattered world. Parts of it are gone because of the fact that the world's heart was already taken, but the chunks of the world that still remain feel a little bit more to me like a realm in between than a realm of light, if that makes any kind of sense at all. And it would explain several things, like the unusual properties physics have here, the floating platforms, the rising waterfalls, the magitech, a few other things that we'll be showcasing in a minute. It's just my take on it. So time for the first big twist of the game.
No vessel, no help from the heartless. So tell me, how'd you get here?
I simply believed. Nothing more to it. When our world fell into darkness, Belle was taken from me. I vowed I would find her again, no matter what the cost. I believed I would find her. So here I am. She must be here. I will have her back!
Take her if you can.
Basically, yes, Green.
Stop!
So, you finally made it. About time. I've been waiting for you.
I want to pause to mention a couple things here really quick. First of all, I'm sorry about the sound problem. This is one of the first times it really comes up. The sound effect of the rising waterfall is a little bit too high, so it's actually kind of hard to hear some of the dialogue under it. Second of all, this scene is, in my opinion, actually really awesome, and I'll talk more about it when it's over.
We've always been rivals, haven't we? You've always pushed me, as I've always pushed you.
Riku!
But it all ends here. There can't be two Keyblade Masters.
Actually...
What are you talking about?
Let the Keyblade choose. Its true master.
Ugh.
Maleficent was right. You don't have what it takes to save Kairi. It's up to me. Only the Keyblade Master can open the secret door and change the world.
But that's impossible. How did this happen? I'm the one who fought my way here with the Keyblade.
You were just the delivery boy. Sorry, your part's over now. Here, go play hero with this.
Note how once again Riku completely underestimates what Sora's been doing here. His comment about go play hero, trying to emphasize that Riku doesn't believe that Sora's actually been doing anything this entire time, when in fact, as we've pointed out, Sora's actually been accomplishing a fairly large amount in his time, effectively saving multiple worlds from being consumed by the darkness, so...
Goofy, let's go. We have to remember our mission.
Oh, well, I know the king told us to follow the key and all, but...
Sora, sorry.
Hey, don't move! You're hurt.
you come here? I came to fight for Belle. And though I am on my own, I will fight. I won't leave without her. That's why I'm here.
Me too. I'm not gonna give up now. I came here to find someone very important to me.
Oh, and Riku. Found him, though. So, I know this is going to sound controversial, but I wish this section went on longer. So first of all, in case you're missing it, we literally just have the wooden sword now, which actually can't hurt, whoops, most of the enemies here. Yeah. I also really, really love that they actually included... This is arguably one of the other Disney worlds that they included to actually have relevance to the story. The Beauty and the Beast world. Now, I know that sounds weird because the Beauty and the Beast world isn't in this game, but that's my point. They actually bothered to use Beauty and the Beast specifically to help highlight the story, help highlight the themes, help highlight the characterization, etc., etc. So, you know, the inclusion of Beast here, as someone who is able to pass through the barriers between worlds, as someone who traveled through the darkness just to get here, it's just awesome, and I love what they did this section. I really, really do. Yeah, this castle. Actually, this is probably the best shot of this right here. I was thinking about going closer, but honestly, this is the best time we'll actually see the entire castle. So I mentioned earlier how the graphical style of oh, by the way, hi Permeus. Sorry, I didn't say hi earlier. We don't have a cutscene. Earlier we had there we go. The noise was distracting me. Earlier we had a discussion about how most of the original characters are kind of an in-between of the aesthetic styles of Final Fantasy versus Disney, and how they tend to lean one direction or the other. We see in Hollow Bastion a castle that literally looks like... Whoa, wrong button. There, you can see it. On the left side there, that clearly looks like a Final Fantasy tower. In fact, when I first saw that, without even thinking about it, my first thought was Kefka's Tower. You know, the steampunk, thrown-together look just immediately struck me as that. And we have kind of an in-betweeny thing in the middle as it segues into the full-on Disney castle on the right here. And you can see this shift between the two, which, number one, is brilliantly designed. But number two, really helps to emphasize that this Hollow Bastion, Radiant Garden, is in many ways a nexus point for this entire series. And that makes sense, given that the entire series is a nexus point between Disney and Final Fantasy. Indeed, we find out in the future that there are several Disney characters who have traveled to and visit Radiant Garden, it being basically something of a hub world, a trade world, basically. Also, of course, it being where the majority of the Final Fantasy characters come from. You know, Squall and Cloud. Actually, we don't know if Cloud's from here, but we know Squall's from here. God, Selphie, not Selphie, Yuffie, Eris is from here, Cid is from here, the three fairy girls are here, etc., etc. So, yeah, this is actually really cool. Now let's talk about why I wish the gameplay section was longer. This is a brilliant example of basically upsetting the status quo, and I know this sounds weird, but one of the things I tend to be really happy about in fiction in general is the upsetting of the status quo, being brave enough to change things from the default. Maybe that's because I was a child of the 80s and the 90s, where I grew up where everything just kind of stayed the same, and I could enjoy that to an extent, but I really like it when you just shift things up. In this case, what they do is it's like, alright, this whole game you've had the Keyblade, and you've had your melee attacks, and your magic's been kind of crap, so you probably haven't really been leaning on it that much. And your secondary characters, Donald and Goofy, have basically been worthless. Then we go to this section where you have the wooden sword, which basically does nothing, and just your magic to rely on, and Beast is your only real method of actually accomplishing anything. When I was doing the lore run for my friend a few weeks ago with this, he got really good at using Beast to make his way through combat sections, because you have to actually kill several enemies in order to progress through this section. And as I was going through it, I'm like, you know, I wish this was like the whole castle up to a certain point was this. See, this is this great status quo altering moment, which is great for the character development of Sora, which really helps emphasize what's going on with Donald and Goofy, and which helps kind of showcase, well, basically it's the final tipping stone for Riku to not only descend his final step, but then realize just how much of an idiot and how much of a screw-up he's been. All of that happens because of this section, but it's so quick. I mean, I could go here, go down, do this, go up, in through the door, bam, done. It could take me like 5 minutes, and we're done with this section. I want it to be longer. I want like the whole castle to be barely making my way through this, and like the only thing you can do is use your magic and basically like try to like give maybe some kind of thing to direct Beast in a given direction, some way to like encourage him to attack in an area or whatever. And so that way you can be like and Beast is basically carrying you through the section as you're basically incapable of actually contributing other than healing him. It would, and again, it would completely turn the my friends are my power thing, as Samurai just said, on its head, and would really help to emphasize the moment so that we, the players, understand just how desperate and how bad things have gotten for Sora in this situation, rather than it being reversed within like 5 minutes. That's why I say this section should be longer. I will say there's a little bit too much of the puzzle and jumping puzzle section of Hollow Bastion. It gets a little old when you're going through without, you know, having been super ridiculously high level. And there are some flaws to this area, especially since, in some cases, it's really easy to screw up and lose a lot of progress, because if you fall, it's, yeah. That being said, that would be cool, Bandit. But that being said, I do overall very much love both sections of Hollow Bastion. Definitely a net positive. I'm trying to think. I feel like I have other things to talk about here. I'm sure I do. This is a fairly significant moment. Why don't we go ahead and look at the journal really quick? So I think if you're playing this game for the first time, you should read the Ansem reports in the order they're given, because it's not linear, but it makes sense for the progression of the story to read them in the order they're given, which is well done, by the way. I will actually be, since you guys know this story, I'll actually be reading the Ansem reports after the fact, rather than as we go through it. Probably not Hourglass, no. Also, they've kind of already done that on the PSN. I don't know about Microsoft. So, I feel like I had one other big thing to discuss. Let's go ahead and move forward. Oh, the Riku thing. One of the other significances is Riku has that wooden sword with him. Now, I know this sounds weird, but I don't feel like that's a plot hole or a plot convenience. I think it's indicative, personally, of how Riku has basically been jealous of Sora this entire time. He actually admits at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2 that he actually was envious of Sora since a kid. And it's very likely, based on what we see in this game, that he was always pushing himself, trying to be stronger, trying to be better, because of his rivalry with Sora. He even says it right here, you know, we've been pushing each other for forever. And so you get the strong impression he's been keeping that wooden sword around as a reminder of that, and now he's like, aha, you know, I have finally overcome Sora, I finally defeated Sora in this last moment, so he gives the sword back to you. If I could use a parallel, in Deep Space Nine, there is a, I remember the other thing. Somebody remember the Borg. I'll remember from the Borg, okay, remind me. In Deep Space Nine, there's some really subtle stuff, I can't wait to analyze this, where Ducat, for several episodes, has Cisco's baseball. And he just kind of has it on his desk. But as the episodes progress, he starts interacting with it more and more and more and more and more and more until it's like he's fidgeting with the baseball excessively. The funny part about this is the whole point is him. It's like a reminder of the fact that he hasn't beaten Cisco yet. The fact that Cisco is still there, his rival, right? And we know Ducat has that diseased mind problem. So, you know, he's actually got this reminder constantly, and he can't bring himself to get rid of it yet because he hasn't actually gotten rid of Cisco yet. And he keeps it with him literally up until happens. I don't want to spoil for those you haven't seen Deep Space Nine, but you know the scene if you know what I'm talking about. And then he finally gives the baseball back to Cisco. I'm not excusing Riku. I'm just explaining him here. So that's, I think, why Riku had kept this sword this whole time, and then finally actually gave it back. Oh, Kai Wynn is way worse, our last. Kai Wynn is one of the most ridiculously, hideously, disgustingly evil characters in all of fiction. And I mean that seriously. But anyways, the Borg. Okay, so the Borg. One of my favorite moments in TNG is a very subtle thing that most people probably don't even think about. It's during A Best of Both Worlds Part 2. It's a scene where you see the Borg cube passing by Saturn, I want to say, and you see 3 little ships come out as the defense force, and they're like, yeah, we got this! And they're racing after... I stand by my statement, Kay. They're coming after the Borg cube, and the Borg cube obliterates them, does not even slow down, and just keeps going towards Earth. Now, you're probably like, well, you're evil, Arsh. Why do you love that scene? I love that scene because it speaks volumes without a single word of dialogue. That is the human spirit in a nutshell. Let me explain what I mean by this. It is human nature to want to do, to accomplish, to take action. We are verbs of people, right? So, in cases where things are hopeless and desperate, we are intelligent enough, at least relatively speaking, we're intelligent enough, we are logical enough, we have enough mental reasoning to recognize a no-win scenario. We recognize when we are outmatched, we recognize when we are defeated, and yet it has always been human nature to rise up and try to do something about that, even if we can't. It is part of what is usually referred to as human spirit. So those 3 people, and whoever sent them out on that mission to go after that cube, they knew they were going to die. They knew they couldn't slow down this massive death machine, but they still did it. And they probably did it without hesitation. That is very human. It is something I like when it is presented well. What, Kay? It's true. It is something that I love when it's presented well. And you're asking, well, what does that have to do with anything? This is exactly what he's doing right here. Sora has lost. And granted, Sora's an idiot, but he is at least smart enough to recognize the fact that he has lost. Yeah, the line in Babylon 5. The Battle of the Line is another great example of this human spirit thing. They've lost. They know they've lost, but they cannot bring themselves to quit. They cannot bring themselves to just sit down and be like, all right, I'm ready to go. Let's go ahead and die. And it is not necessarily correct. It is not necessarily the right thing to do to sit down and die, but it is also not necessarily the right thing to do to rise up arms and take arms against a sea of troubles, and thus, by opposing, end them, is it? Sora, continuing to go with a wooden sword, is wasteful and pointless and stupid and is probably going to get him killed, but he still does it. Because that is Sora. Sora is the heartless. Sora is the feeler. Sora is the natural. I keep referring to the 3 points of Kingdom Hearts. Sora clearly just demonstrates that more instinctual side of the three pieces of Kingdom Hearts. He's not thinking about it. He's not analyzing it. He's not trying to be level or balanced in his equation. He's just charging in recklessly because that's what he does and that's who he is. It is very him. By luck and by other people, he ends up actually accomplishing and succeeding throughout the course of the series. In fact, when Sora goes after Riku in a bit here, well, we'll demonstrate it when we get there, but when he does it, basically, the only reason I postulate that Sora succeeds in that encounter is because of Goofy and Donald. Remember, Sora's power is the fact that he has the connections between other people. Sora in a vacuum is worthless, powerless, can't do jack. And yet, because of those natural connections he makes, he can accomplish great things. Lots of people assure you, as you can see over there. So, if not for the fact that if not for the fact, good morning, Bregman, that Goofy and Donald were willing to stand up for Sora, Sora would have been crushed by Riku. Just like a bug. You follow? But anyway, so let's go ahead and advance this really quick here. Muffins. I'm kind of hungry. And yeah, I agree, by the way, Hourglass. Willpower and is exactly one of the things that made Revan so awesome and so badass. Now, because we have mana, this is going to be a lot different than what you normally see, because we can just crush these guys with magic. But yeah, normally you're supposed to be going through this section just barely surviving, and having Beast basically carry you through this section. I'm not sure I agree with that, Kay. I was going to talk about that too. I suppose we should. Why did the Keyblade go to Riku? Well, as we've already established, that basically is Riku's Keyblade. So, I mean, that's the obvious answer. But the other side of the coin is the Keyblade was basically rejected by Riku because this is the Keyblade of Light, as we've already established. Ergo, the Keyblade of Light could not actually exist within him, being so of darkness as he was, right? Makes sense? So it had to go to the next nearest guy who also had the ability to wield a Keyblade, which in this case was actually Sora. I'll never use Gravira. Although you're right, I usually don't use Gravira because I'm weirdo. This is not normal, Shazad, trust me. Actually, I think I will go ahead and put that on the bar now, so to speak. Anyways, so the point being, yeah, I agree with what someone in chat said and what Lander said just now, that I think that Sora's heart fluctuated and was literally weaker as a result of the fact that, excuse me, as a result of the shock of the moment, and because of the fact that, well, again, his connections to others were weakened in that moment. I know you're like, well, they didn't actually leave him yet. Yes, but Donald and Goofy were willing to leave Sora as soon as they realized that. So the moment they learned that, they were less inclined to be with him, and therefore were less connected to him, and Sora himself had lost his own willpower, basically. Ergo, Sora was unable to exert the proper force and will necessary to maintain a hold on the Keyblade. That's getting way ahead of you, Green, but basically, yes. Time travel is actually surprisingly limited in Kingdom Hearts. And so he used it basically as to the extent that he could, and then it went away. If Kingdom Hearts 3 has time travel, then they have made a mistake, in my opinion. And that's all I'm going to say about that right now. Come on. Up. Up? No? There we go. Anyways, now one other thing that's worthy of note. It can be argued that... Oh, jeez. Look at me! No, look at me. Don't look at Beast. Kill him, Beast! Kill him, Beast. Wow. Yeah, Ars Arcanum is not doing anything. Oops, wrong button. Just grab that thing down. Tracking the Keyblades is a little bit convoluted, I'll admit that. But basically it boils down to this. Riku is currently using the Keyblade, which basically... unspoiling opinion? I don't know how to say that without spoiling. And I mean that sincerely. So ask me in, like, the forum or something off. Riku uses the Keyblade that was... Basically that he had passed down to him from Terra! There we go. God! Sora didn't actually have anyone pass down to him anything. Sora gained the ability naturally through Ventus. My point here is that the Keyblade we're using here is the one that was passed down from Terra, technically speaking, and therefore is the one... We'll get there, Nicholas, trust me. And therefore, the Keyblade that Sora uses basically throughout the entire course of all the games is that same Keyblade. Now you may be like, well, wait, hang on, Riku later manages to get his own Keyblade. Yes, Riku later gets his own separate Keyblade. In fact, if you'll pay attention, it actually takes Riku quite a while to regain the ability to actually have his own Keyblade. which also speaks something to Riku's own faltering. Which brings me to my final point. Why Riku... The final reason why Sora gets the Keyblade back from Riku. Because Riku basically lost the will to keep it. For all intents and purposes, he no longer had the ability to hold on to it because of his own self-doubt, because of his own constant pushing himself. As I mentioned before, Riku has a very weak heart. We talked about this already. And his rivalry with Sora is not just one of friendliness. He genuinely feels inferior to Sora, basically at all points. And so, being confronted with a Sora who is suddenly, in his moment of triumph, forgive me for the Star Wars reference here, in his moment of triumph, suddenly being faced with the realization that Sora is actually still better than him. Even though Riku's done all these things. Riku's given into darkness. Riku has taken the Keyblade. Riku has saved Kairi. Riku has accomplished all these great things, and Sora's still better than him. And that shock, in return, makes basically removes all self-confidence, all will, all strength from Riku's heart, and that's why the Keyblade can go straight back. So, yeah. Yeah, Sam definitely deserves that one. Whoops, damn it, I keep hitting the wrong button. I crushed him so far, I went into the ground! It doesn't actually... Okay, Nicholas, remember, a Keyblade is manifested of your own heart, right? So basically, Riku was actually using just a sword, Soul Eater. It was just a weapon, a blade, nothing really special about it. And then over time, he actually got strong enough in his heart, in addition to his body, to actually be able to manifest the sword into a Keyblade. That's really all there is to that. Riku, again, being the person who has a very strong body. He is skilled, he's trained, he's done all this work and effort, but he had a very, very weak heart up until, much more recently in the series. The fact that Riku in the modern era has a strong heart and a strong body, well, let's just say that he is probably one of the strongest people walking around in the setting at this point in time. At least it's not a soul hunter samurai. We'll talk about it later, Taqueta. I also like how Maleficent and Riku were never able to figure out what the hell was up with the hole not being completed. But Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, figured it out immediately.
Reveal to me the keyhole!
Oh, no kidding, Lexia. Of course, we'd probably get lost. Well, I like it as well, in addition to the fact that it makes sense that the Seeker of Darkness would actually know that kind of thing. It also helps emphasize how much better than Maleficent, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness is. Maleficent, I've said this before, has always been a low-tier villain in terms of the Kingdom Hearts series. I know she gets a lot of screen time. She's even portrayed as the major villain of Kingdom Hearts. In fact, when I was first playing Kingdom Hearts 1, I actually thought Maleficent was the villain, right up until, that spoiler thing I already mentioned. But anyways, point being, it's alright, Zed. I wish it was still going. I do, but nevertheless, as I mentioned and will mention in Kingdom Hearts 2, Maleficent is just kind of pathetic, and they do several ways to kind of emphasize how much stronger and how outclassed she is by the other characters. And I think that's one of the things, that Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, just walks in and immediately is like, oh, let me just completely fix all these problems for you, Maleficent, and completely own you, like 5 times. Just kind of shows how, yeah, he is just plain better than her. But anyways... Now, Beast is an alright guy.
Guard. They're close. I can feel it. Are you ready for them? No.
But he's not really known for his brains. So, he's, Debatable, Shazad. Hades and Maleficent are both basically
Quit while you can.
tied, I'd say, for that.
No, not without Kairi.
The darkness will destroy you.
You're wrong, Riku. The darkness may destroy my body, but it can't touch my heart. My heart will stay with my friends. It'll never die.
Really? Well, we'll just see about that.
No. Oh, thanks,
Sora
Goofy.
ain't gonna go anywhere.
You'd betray your king?
Not
Yes, I do,
under
Spirit of
life.
Memory.
But I'm not gonna betray Sora either, cause he's become one of my best buddies after all we've been through together. See you later, Donald. Could you tell the king I'm really sorry?
Hold on, Goofy! We'll tie them together!
The bodysuit is just indicative of a darkness armor.
Well, you know.
As I've talked before, darkness in general tends to be the more natural, the more organic side of things. That's why the Heartless themselves look that way. It's why the world of darkness later on looks like this big, ugly, gross thing. The idea is that basically, instead of wearing, like, armor, or, like, the cloak, or anything like that, you're wearing what is effectively a mesh suit. It's supposed to look like something more natural. It's supposed to look like you're wearing a beast's armor, if that makes any sense. Like something a animal or a monster would wear, as opposed to actual clothing or armor. Does that make any sense? That's why both Vanitas and Riku have that.
Out for one and right for all.
I guess you're stuck with us, Sora.
Thanks a lot, Donald. Goofy.
How will you fight without a weapon?
I know now I don't need the Keyblade. I've got a better weapon. My heart.
Your heart?
Exactly,
what good will
Samurai.
that weak little thing do for you?
Although my heart may be weak, it's not alone. It's grown with each new experience, and it's found a home with all the friends I've made. I've become part of their heart just as they've become a part of mine. And if they think of me now and then, if they don't forget me, then our hearts will be one. I don't need a weapon. My friends are my power.
There you go. Just in case you guys thought I was making it up, he literally says it word for word. My friends are my power. The irony of that line is, as I've already pointed out, Sora doesn't even realize how literally that is true. In Dream Drop Distance later on, we will actually see how literally true that is when he goes up and confronts Zigbar much later on. But anyways. Ultimate weapon. Hey, Nethrezim, where you been, man? I have Arcanum. I have Arcanum. Although it's not nearly as overpowered in this one as it is in Birth by Sleep. It's a bit of a shame. Damn it. No! I didn't get a cool pose. It hurts like hell, Green. I almost never use it in 2 Samurai, so I wouldn't know.
So, your heart won this battle.
Ugh. Sora does not exactly have a very refined combat style. As I've mentioned before when we've been discussing that, he pretty much does wield it like a mace, and he brute forces his way through pretty much every situation, combat-wise. Wow, Nethrezim. Well, thanks. Glad you like it. The big reveal. Oh, hey, hair's back, you know. Yes, Hourglass. Nope, not that one yet. What am I doing? I have to go up first? Maybe I do. I think I do. Alright, I'll do that first then. Oh yeah, Sora never trained, like, at all. It was Riku who spent all that time on the island training. Which, you know, again... makes sense. I'd have to think about that ultimate paradox. Aqua probably does qualify, although Terra has a very strong combat stance as well. Well, Shazad, he's got dreamy hair. I don't know. I raised my hand on that one, Final Cloud. Without hesitation. I don't know why I'm looting. Why am I getting loot? Stop getting loot, Arsh. A little bit, Nicholas. Only a little bit, though. Okay, so it's brown. It's green. Now, I don't know, Dakota. I've seen no training whatsoever. It's called Zant in Twilight Princess. There's literally an attack where he does this. It's great. I love it. Wait, I have green right now. So let's go. Ah! To my knowledge, no, Alexia. Although, Lord knows I could be wrong about that. What was that, orange? I'd actually go here, wouldn't it? No, that's N. Hey, Titans. Oh, I have green. No, Nethrezim. Stop being evil. Well, the way he wields it, I mean, look at his lack of stance there, basically. That's how he wields his mace when he's actually in combat stance. So, he does two-handed, though, basically. Oops. I watch football, yeah. Only Manchester United, though. So, I know that this is basically here for a puzzle, and I know this point will be gotten across better later, but I just gotta say, I like this section for one big reason. This really emphasizes the nature of how Radiant Garden used to be, really. The massive world, this massive library, easily the biggest one we've seen so far. I know this isn't actually really massive in real-life terms, but in game terms, this is a fairly large library. It's a quiet way to get across that idea of what Radiant Garden used to be. And again, that whole research focus this place has, or had, again. One other nice note that some people tend to miss, you can see that chunks of the technology are literally just jutting in and out here and there. There's actually another example right here. And I can't show it well, it's over there in the distance, over there. Once again, showing the harsh amalgam between, you know, the Final Fantasy thing and the Disney thing. Yes, I am Spirit of Memory. And how the two just kind of go and are meshed and are just kind of shoved together without any really thought or concept. I especially like that because it emphasizes Maleficent's mindset, aka, well, I could actually, you know, put effort and work into making this wonderful, amazing castle, or I could just take a castle and just kind of graft it into whatever I want it to be. And that amuses me because it's very Maleficent. She is not a long-term thinker at all. I don't feel like doing the rest of the puzzle. It's just loot. I don't need loot. Ah, damn it.
Fire!
Ugh, really?
Fire!
Come on, wake up.
Fire!
Mickey does exist, although he's in the realm of darkness right now. Kind of busy.
Fire!
I find myself wondering if Mickey ever encountered Aqua in the realm of darkness. It's entirely possible that he didn't, because we don't know how big the realm of darkness is, but yeah.
Fire! Fire! See ya! Thunder!
No? Oh, well, screw it. I don't need to anyways.
Thunder! Thunder!
Really? Oh, right, I have to strike that thing over there, don't I? A bastion that is no longer whole.
Thunder!
Which rather aptly suits this place. If you think about it. Okay, so I did that one. And I got that one. There we go. It's like, I know I'm missing something. I'm still missing the fountain one. What did I miss? I was talking to a friend about this recently, about the fact that I don't actually memorize games when I replay through them. I just kind of try to figure it out as I go with really vague memories to go off of. It leads to some problems. If you ever wonder why occasionally I get completely lost in games, I do this even when I'm not streaming. That's why. It's because I don't remember where I'm going. Yeah, no kidding, Luxia. Unless, the second one did this. Sayonor, does this, maybe? Hello, DJ. Yeah, okay. Immediately after that. Hello, DJ. Shoutouts. There we go. Yeah, no kidding, Samurai. I would have been lost forever. Deep jungle. Anyways, oops, wrong way, wrong way. I guess I'll go get this one on mirror. Hey, at least I only get to get the one piece in, the other place I hate. God, I can't think of the name. I don't have any names today, my goodness. There we go. Okay. No spirit of memory. Because Donald did it on purpose. Yeah. So, this is a fun scene.
Why? It was mine.
That line right there pretty much emphasizes all of Riku's story arc that I have been saying throughout the course of this series, throughout the course of this game so far. Not that we're aware of Takoida, no. There's just the three realms. His insecurity, his lack of self-confidence, his inferiority complex when it comes to Sora, all of that. Pretty sure I did MML, yeah. But I'm not really going for treasure in this run. So, he is at his weakest right here. His heart is weakest. All of his skill, all of his power has amounted to nothing. He knows nothing at this point. He is weak and vulnerable. And this is basically his furthest down part. He is no longer, like, like, at this point, if for example, Sora had been able to talk with him, or Kairi, for that matter, it's actually really likely Riku would have made his turnaround and started becoming a better character and a good person right about here. Instead, however, he is going to be interacted with by frickin' Xehanort, aka Ansem the Seeker of Darkness. And he's, well, that's probably the person he does not actually want to talk to at this point in time. But I find it interesting because Ansem the Seeker of Darkness does effectively tell him the truth here. I love the brilliance of this here. I'll let it play and then I'll talk about it.
Know this. The heart that is strong and true shall win the Keyblade.
What? You're saying my heart's weaker than his?
For that instant it was. However, you can become stronger. You showed no fear in stepping through the door to darkness. It held no terror for you. Plunge deeper into the darkness, and your heart will grow even stronger.
What should I do?
It's really quite simple. Open yourself to the darkness. That is all. Let your heart, your being, become darkness itself.
So, I love that because Ansem the Seeker of Darkness there is telling the truth. It has been shown several times that someone who completely opens themselves to darkness without fear, without anger, you know, just accepts the darkness, actually can use it and wield it and become more powerful from that. Just to name two examples right off the top of my head, we have both Diz and Ansem himself, or rather Xehanort. Both of them have the ability to... Spirit of Memory? Both of them have the ability to do that because they open themselves to darkness. Honestly, if Ansem the Secret Darkness wasn't there, Riku opening himself to darkness might have led to a completely different format, a completely different outcome. But instead, he opens himself to darkness, and Ansem the Seeker of Darkness, who I remind you has no body at this point in time, cheats the system and takes his. That's actually also really, really important, by the way, because you have to keep in mind, Ansem the Seeker of Darkness never gets his body back. That's actually something that will be important for a major theory I have when it comes to Dream Drop Distance. I wouldn't even call it a theory personally, but I have to because, you know, it's not been confirmed officially. But it fits all the puzzle pieces perfectly in my mind. So, moving on. Here's me. Actually, I agree with that, Lava Dude. Of course, I've always felt Xemnas is the strongest of the three, but what the heck do I know? Yeah, he pretty much just full-on body jacks Riku there. He needs a body in order to be able to do most of what he wants to do. And you might be like, well, why did he give up his body? Well, he did so very much on purpose. And he kind of cheated the system in doing so. Yeah, Billy Zane isn't coming back. Richard Epcar has officially taken over the role. Actually, it's kind of weird, because I like Richard Epcar. He's no Billy Zane. Billy Zane's better. But over the years, listening to him do the role in all the other games, I think Epcar has grown on me. Especially in Dream Drop Distance, I feel he really nails the part pretty well in that one. That is correct, Shadow. The only way to time travel is to abandon your body. Which normally means that you can't actually do anything time travel-wise. Because there's so many things in this setting you cannot do without a body. No, the mana! No, come back! Okay. I actually agree with that, Samurai. I mean, I hate to say that, but the inconsistency is a little weird. Not that I dislike Billy Zane, as I just mentioned. Because Billy Zane's actually freaking perfect at the role. But, you know, as I just mentioned. Well, they already have the one-winged angel, Silver Dragoon, which we're going to be trying for. The sad thing is, and I really hate to say this, but because of how much Kingdom Hearts 3 got delayed, and delayed, and delayed, and delayed, and delayed, there's a pretty good chance we will not get Leonard Nimoy in Kingdom Hearts 3. And, I know that's a terrible thing to dwell on, but it's true, you know? And it sucks. So, whatever. Do I have to do that puzzle now? I don't think so. Getting all the optional treasures through here takes some effort. A friend of mine who was playing this some time ago actually got really lost in this section as a result of that. Whoops, wrong one. Actually, we don't know exactly what Xehanort's Heartless was up to this entire time. It's actually pretty likely he was up to stuff. He was doing stuff. Just mostly probably planning, observation, research kind of a thing. As opposed to actually acting, because, again, no body. It is also within the realm of possibility that Ansem the Seeker of Darkness tried to pull a time travel trick to get ahead further, but I don't think that's true. It would be inconsistent with the rules of time travel that they've already established. Yes and no, Green. Basically, Ansem the Seeker of Darkness went time traveling pretty much the moment he lost his body to meet himself to give him the ability to time travel. And because Xehanort had already lost his body to time travel, he basically cheats the system and gets around that limitation in order to... so that young Xehanort can actually keep his body and still take action. And then Ansem the Seeker of Darkness reverts, because that's what happens after you're done doing that kind of a thing. Did I miss? I missed it. I know I missed it. It's okay. It's over here. Oh, crap. No! Let me in! No! No! I don't want to fall. Fine. Whatever. Anyways. So yeah, he gets around that limitation. And then Ansem the Seeker of Darkness, after being body-jacked by Riku, is dragged forward by young Xehanort in order to interact at Dream Drop distance. We don't know the exact time when, but it was between now, or rather, it was between the end of the Hollow Bastion section and the end of the game. Oh my god, why do I have to kill you? Go away. You don't matter. That could be Taqueta. Because you're right. Like I said, we don't know exactly what Seeker of Darkness was up to for the past, I guess like 8 years at that point. What? What's left? A shadow! One guy! Keeping me from doing the puzzle. There we go. Okay, moving on. Nobody loves you, Donald. Hang on. So I gotta share something with you guys. Listen really carefully, okay?
Donald!
So you hear how he says thank you there, right?
Donald!
So 2 weeks ago, I'm doing this practice Lorerun
Goofy!
with my friend, and he doesn't hear the word thank there.
Donald!
I'll give you... I'm not going to explain it anymore because I don't want to say it, but let's just say that after he was like, oh my god, Donald is saying that each time, I couldn't unhear it.
Donald!
And I can't do it even now. It still sounds like the other thing, which I'm not going to say out loud. One more time.
Donald!
You guys hear it, don't you? It's hard to unhear once you have it. It's like, yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Donald, it's so fitting with Donald's character, too, isn't it? Jackass. What? Of course you did, Bragman.
So, I see the path has emerged at last.
Nice voice touch there.
The keyhole to the darkness.
See you around, DJ.
Unlock it. And the Heartless will overrun this world.
What do I care? The darkness holds no power over me.
Arrogance.
Rather, I will use its power to rule all worlds.
Such confidence.
Oh.
I don't think she actually picked up on the fact that that's not Riku, no.
Impossible. The princesses of Heart are all here. It must be her.
Without her heart, she will never be able to release her power.
The king's fools are here. I'll deal with them myself.
You're terrible,
You
Dragoon.
stay here and guard the princesses.
But no, I don't think she even picks up on it at all. It's very indicative of her casual arrogance. Actually, no, I take that back. She doesn't have casual arrogance. She has full-on aggressive arrogance. I'm better than everyone. I am the queen and mistress of all evil. And we see that throughout the series. She is stupidly overconfident. To the point of actual stupidity and making genuine mistakes and foolish decisions. She's kind of dumb when you get down to it. So here we are, the Maleficent fight that everyone has had so much trouble with, except not. Although she has some cool abilities here, I'll admit. I like her horizontal meteor shower.
I'm afraid you're too late. Any moment now, the final keyhole will be unsealed. This world will be plunged into darkness. It is unstoppable.
We'll stop it. After coming this far, there's no way we're gonna let that happen.
Good idea, Samurai.
Poor simple fools. You think you can defeat me? Me, the mistress of all evil!
That's a tough one. Maleficent certainly challenges Tarkin in terms of arrogance levels, in my opinion. She is stupidly arrogant. Oh yeah, Arcanum. Ars Arcanum, or Arcanum, depending on what you prefer. Don't give up! Donald, what do you think we should do?
Donald!
So, fun fact, even on easier difficulty, if she hits you with that, it hurts. It can actually three-shot you, even on beginner difficulty. Speaking from personal experience here. I mean, it's really easy to dodge, but I just think that's interesting. Of course, that is very Maleficent, isn't it? She has a big, easy-to-dodge, very powerful attack that hurts like hell, but it's big and easy to dodge. Oh, does it? Oh, okay. And you get Arcanum. Pose. Yeah, it's basically Meteor. It also kind of explains why Maleficent was able to accomplish as much as she was. Because most of the things within the Disneyverse, within the Realm of Light, are going to be vulnerable to that sort of complete brute force approach. Now, I really doubt I'm going to die here, but just because I don't want to die from arrogance and we've been playing for like 3 hours, I don't want to lose that progress. So, yeah, this and the next boss are all. I've heard everyone in the entire game say these are not counting the optionals, not counting Sephiroth, Ice Titan, or Xemnas. These two fights are always mentioned as being the hardest fights in the game. Some people say she's the hardest. Some people say he's the hardest. For me personally, I had a harder time with the Riku-Ansem fight. Especially because back in the PS2 version, as you guys are probably well aware, there was no skip cutscene. So you had to go through like a 5-minute cutscene each time you died. And that just destroyed my ability to replay that fight. Because by the time I got back to him, I'd be like, can I fight him yet? Oh, I can. Okay. And like, I didn't get any good, like, I didn't get a feel for it. And then I would just screw up again, especially since I'm all frustrated as hell. It's like, each frickin' time. But I say that because everyone I've talked to who's played this game tends to vary. Some people think he's harder, some people think she's harder. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts, as usual. My friend who was playing this recently really had a hard time with the dragon fight, which we're about to fight. It was brutal and destroyed him multiple times, and it got ridiculous. And then he completely crushed the next fight, so... Are you alright?
Do you need some help?
Riku!
Is that?
Yes, a Keyblade.
Artificial
But
Keyblade.
unlike yours, this Keyblade holds the power to unlock people's hearts.
Allow me to demonstrate.
Behold!
I wish there was more to talk
Now,
about here.
Open your heart.
Surrender it to the darkness.
Hang on, I'm actually going to pause here because I do have two things to talk about I want to talk about really quick. First talk, the special Keyblade there, the Keyblade that of heart, the Keyblade that is actually constructed of their hearts. The fact that he can wield a Keyblade makes plenty of sense, obviously, but is also significant because if you notice, Xemnas actually goes out of his way to never wield a Keyblade. I should be talking about that later. But Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, also goes out of his way to never wield a Keyblade, other than this Keyblade. It could be argued that it's only because of Riku's borrowing that he actually has the power to do so here. That's debatable, of course. But the relevant thing is, Xehanort has the ability to craft a Keyblade. That's a hugely significant thing if you think about it. Most people, yes, Bregman, most people don't actually have the ability to craft a Keyblade. Wield it, master it, use it temporarily, sure. But actually making a brand new one out of other people's hearts, that is an incredible skill. And I feel that's significant because that's just too much of a thing, too much of a setting changer, to just kind of toss away so casually. I have a strong feeling we'll be seeing more of that in the future. It could be argued Xehanort already had that ability back in Birth by Sleep, but that is again debatable, given the nature of what the Keyblade actually is, and that's kind of a different structure. This is clearly and distinguishably a brand new Keyblade made out of their hearts. Second point is, of course, as we've seen throughout this thing, Maleficent keeps, her arrogance has been there, but ultimately she's kind of toned down. She's not actually full tilt arrogant throughout Kingdom Hearts 1. It's not until after this moment that her arrogance goes full tilt and just full blown. From this point on, Maleficent will be completely, I am beyond anyone! And it all happens after this scene, after her heart is unlocked. I always got the impression, personally, that she actually, keeping herself relatively disciplined, relatively in check, trying to master the darkness in her own heart, and wielding to the darkness as a tool until it was literally unlocked, until Ansem basically forced the situation, unlocked her heart, shoved a ridiculous, forced her heart to unlock, by the way. So yeah, as I mentioned to Bregwin, basically crushing her heart in the process, and she gets completely and utterly flooded with darkness, and that turns into this horrible situation that we're about to see. And that's why she acts the way she does throughout the rest of the series.
Become darkness itself!
This is it. This power. Darkness. The true darkness!
Yes, Cut Brisket. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to go watch it. This is a fun fight. This is actually a really well-designed fight, in my opinion, too. The thing that really makes this fight unique and fun, if you're far range... I'm sorry, I should answer it. It's because of the steps. Every step she takes, even if it's incidental, causes one of those shockwaves, which does a stagger. That's really the significance of her fight right there. The rest of her is just some good boss design in general. If you're far away, she uses a different attack, designed to reach you at range. If you're close up, she uses the bite attack. As the fight goes on, she gets more abilities, most of which are designed around removing your ability to maneuver. So she's a boss with the ability to hit you no matter where you are, and no matter what, and the further you get her down, the less maneuvering room you have, the trickier it is to dodge her attacks. It's a great design, if a little frustrating, especially if you're playing this for the first time. I would not recommend most people just go into this first time without knowing what the hell they're doing and practicing it first, because holy crap. Ugh. So yeah, as Kay points out, Maleficent is basically one-winged angeling here. Let's explain what that is, because some people misuse that term a little bit. A one-winged angel... Hello, Mizidian, we're back. The one-winged angel concept is you have lost. You, the villain, or whatever you are, you've reached the point where you can no longer actually win, and you give up. You give up on your plans, you give up on your schemes, you give up on surviving this final fight. All you care about is killing the heroes, because god damn it, those bastards. Or maybe you care about killing the world, or whatever. But the point is, when you have one-winged angel, you've lost. You have sacrificed your sanity, or your life, or your power, or whatever, to get one last blast of monstrous power in order to be able to accomplish your revenge, or your final act of spite, or whatever it is you're actually doing. That is the one-winged angel thing. That is the one-winged angel concept, and that is absolutely what Maleficent is doing here. She, at this point, probably doesn't even realize that she's already dead. But she is already dead as of this moment. By the way, it is actually possible to get up on the Hydra's back in this fight. It's actually really tricky to do. I have only accomplished it like twice. I should be doing this. Oh yeah, she's also very cool looking. This is a really awesome fight, in my opinion. I know it's frustrating, but it is just a really awesome fight, in my opinion. So, yeah. Yeah, Ganon at the end of Ocarina is a perfect example of the one-winged angel concept. I've lost, and I am taking you down with me. Look at all those bricks, guys. Sorry.
How ironic. She was just another puppet after all.
What?
The Heartless were using Maleficent from the beginning. She failed to notice the darkness in her heart eating away at her. A fitting end for such a fool.
That really says how little respect Xehanort ever had for her, considering he was manipulating her since the beginning. But yeah, Samurai, that's actually my answer to it completely. She was just not full tilting back in Birth by Sleep. Which makes sense, since that fight, in basically every way, is much, much easier than this fight. She even has less abilities in that fight than this fight. So... time for the other fight. Now, this is the one I had a hellacious time on back in the day on the PS2 version. As I already mentioned. Ganondorf at the end of the Wind Waker would technically qualify, only because he doesn't actually one-winged angel. Physically, he doesn't change. He doesn't become a monstrous, horrible beast like he does in Ocarina. But it does make sense. Because he has, basically, mentality-wise, one-winged angeled. No, I'm not, Shadow. Yes, time for the cutscene we've all memorized. I'd just like to say, first of all, this is creepy. The, like, chunks... I've always gotten the impression, I don't know if this is true, but I've always gotten the impression that you can't really see it that well there. But those chunks of garbage that they're being made of, or excuse me, held by, were actually crystallized darkness. Literally, physically, darkness. I also like that... I mentioned earlier that Maleficent didn't bother to, like, build up her fortress, or make it more defensible, or fix the flaws in it. No, all she did was brand it. which is very Maleficent. She wanted the heartless symbol, which she has basically adopted as her symbol, to be everywhere. She wants everyone to see that this is the Maleficent castle. And this giant carpet here is probably my favorite example of that. You mean what Eris does, Dragoon? Yeah, we do, Luxia. We've all seen this cutscene. But I can skip it! What do you guys think? Should I skip it? Should I skip the cutscene? Because we can do it. We can skip this cutscene, guys. We can finally have our revenge. Look, we can do it. We can end the cutscene. And it'll be gone forever. And we'll never have to look at it again. No, we're not going to do that. I love the subtlety of this. Just kind of in the background there.
Kairi!
Oh, I got you, Dragoon.
Kairi,
Yeah, I think that
open
works.
your eyes.
It's no use. That girl has lost her heart. She cannot wake up.
What? You?
I hope so,
You're
Daniel-san.
not Riku?
The keyhole cannot be completed so long as the last Princess of Heart still sleeps.
The princess? Kairi's a princess?
Metaphorically, not literally.
Yes.
I mean, Alice is a
Without her
princess,
power,
too.
The keyhole will remain incomplete. It is time she awakened.
Whoever you are, let Riku go. Give him back his heart.
I like the fact that Sora picks up on the fact that it's not Riku, but Maleficent doesn't. Not only is that amusing, but it's also indicative of the fact that Maleficent, whether she cared about him or just perceived him as a tool, either way, never actually figured out who he was as a person, never actually understood or had a connection with Riku, as opposed to Sora, who does have that connection to Riku, and figures it out basically immediately.
But first, you must give the princess back her heart.
What's...
Don't you see yet? The princess's heart is responding. It has been there all along. Kairi's heart rests within you.
Second big plot twist.
Kairi's inside me?
I know all that there is to know.
And a third big plot
Tell me,
twist.
who are you?
The biggest plot twist.
It is I, Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness.
I really wish that had hit me properly in the day. I guarantee you it would have. Like I've already analyzed.
So, I shall release you now, princess. Complete the keyhole with your
Hello,
power.
Nothrazim.
Open the door. Lead me into everlasting darkness.
Oh my god. Wait, you forgot. Sora!
Sora!
Ugh, I'm looking forward to stomping this bastard.
There's no way you're taking Kairi's heart.
Fun bice time. Honestly, this is actually a really good boss fight, too. I feel like most of us would have probably been much less frustrated by this, myself included, if there was a skip option! Because they really reward you for paying attention in this fight. Excuse me, like most of the hard fights throughout the Kingdom Hearts series, he actually telegraphs everything he's about to do. And if you know what's about to come, each of them have a way to either dodge, block, or parry. In other words, to bypass the attack. He also is pretty predictable in how he reacts based on you. If you just completely berserker into him, it's not going to work at all. It's very difficult to completely berserker mode this fight.
This is it.
One other interesting thing about this boss fight, I didn't even notice till the last time I was fighting him, just a couple weeks ago. His verticality is basically broken, which I'm going to try and demonstrate if I can get the jump start. There we go, okay. Basically, he actually has a hard time hitting if you're up. If you get up in the air, you can dodge most of his attacks pretty easily. Much easier, at the very least. don't know why I'm trying. I guess because I'm gonna need the practice. Because this is the only game I'm cheating in of the 5 or whatever we're playing. He does hit pretty hard, doesn't he? Not sure, no, considering the fact that these are basically Ansem's attacks here. Probably K. Oh, here we go. There we go. Damn it, I'm a second behind where I need to be. As I've said before, Psychotic, this game basically has a form of artificial difficulty because it's so much harder to make up for your mistakes. For reasons I've already discussed. I don't want to go over that discussion again. So, yeah, I mean, this game, in my opinion, is the hardest of the Kingdom Hearts series, but that's almost entirely due to the fact that it is artificially hard, as opposed to genuinely hard. No, we can't fight Xemnas until, I forget when. Samurai, when can I fight Xemnas? Because I couldn't figure it out last time. Basically, Luxia, or excuse me, not Luxia, Tekoida, he doesn't actually have that much health. I know that sounds weird, but he doesn't. Upon entering the end of the world, thank you. Sort of Hourglass, not really. He doesn't actually have that much health, which is important. He doesn't have that much defenses. It's very easy to basically bypass every single one of his attacks except his ultimate, which is logical and pretty standard. Most of his attacks, as I said, are broadcasted, so you know when they're coming. And he never does anything that's actually cheap, with the possible exception of his big attack. And as I tried to demonstrate there, you can still dodge his big attack relatively easily. So as long as you're controlling the arena and the mobility of it, I don't think he's cheap. I don't think he's frustrating. I think he is a properly difficult boss.
The keyhole.
Oh, of course he doesn't want him to actually kill Sora. Sora's entirely too important to everything. Can't close it.
It won't work. The keyhole's not finished yet.
What can we do?
Well, I fought him legit 2 weeks ago, not through Zem.
Wake Kairi
So,
up.
I think you're right.
and I only died to him once
We
that
can
time.
free your heart. But how?
But yeah, no, there's no way Ansem didn't plan this.
Keyblade that unlocks people's hearts.
I mean, seriously. His initial plan was obvious. I'll defeat Sora and then unlock his heart and then win. When Sora showed that he could stand up to him, he's like, okay, fine, I'll stop trying, lose, and deliberately leave the Keyblade here so that Sora can figure it out for himself. I mean, this is just such incredible, blatant manipulation here.
I wonder.
Sora?
Also, make fun if you want. I like this scene. This is probably one of the first times Kingdom Hearts actually made me feel. Especially because he makes the face. The face, for once, sells it. No sad faces. And considering he's effectively committing suicide here. Yeah. No, that's definitely not a Sora stone. Not at all. Exactly, Tekoida. I also love the fact that Kairi manages to wake up literally just in time to see Sora fade. Which also makes perfect sense, since Kairi already knows what's happening. She's been watching this entire time.
Sora!
So she immediately is aware of what's happening. Yeah. Because her heart wasn't in the girl, her heart was in him, Tekoida. Had to be released from him. You say that, Kay, but as we've already discussed, it's kind of Sora's nature to be like that.
Sora?
He didn't cut about. The other hearts were in the Keyblade, which was broken apart by its usage.
He can't be. I won't let him go!
So, you have awakened at last, Princess. The keyhole is now complete. You have served your purpose, but now it's over.
Do you think we can stop him all by ourselves?
I don't know.
And now, a line that I wish was better explained.
You won't use me for this!
Riku!
You gotta run.
You've gotta run! The Heartless are coming!
So you remember earlier I mentioned that SNES RPG effect, which I've mentioned several times now, I might add. So okay, a bunch of stuff just happened. So I got a lot of things to talk
What
about.
about the keyhole?
So there's Sora. Sora. Okay, so let's talk about the SNES RPG effect first. First of all, the idea of what's happening here is that wave after wave of Heartless, just this massive wave of unstoppable darkness, is supposed to basically be pouring out of that keyhole, rushing over Hollow Bastion, chasing the heroes as they're literally fleeing the castle. Obviously, we don't see any of that because SNES RPG, I've already talked about this. So that's, you know, a thing. I really, really wish... I mean, even if they'd done it in a pre-rendered cutscene, goddammit, show us the thing that we're supposed to actually be seeing here. Now, obviously, Roxas was just created just now, and we will see this exact moment from a different perspective in 2 games, I think, something like that. This blew me away when I first saw this. I was not warned for this at all. This is just suddenly, hey! And now... we're a shadow. That's kind of weird. This is another one of those moments, there was one in Paper Mario 2, if you've heard me talk about it, where I just kind of was sitting there staring at the game for a second, wondering what the hell was going on, and didn't realize I was in a playable section. Until I was like, wait a minute. Alright, let's go get the Oblivion. Right? Because the Oblivion's right here. We should be able to get the... Why can't I get the Oblivion? Give me the Oblivion! Why do I have to come back later for it? Ah. So anyways, a couple things to talk about here as we're doing this. First of all, this section... I hate to quote Kay here, but this section feels like it should be more important and more powerful and more impacting than it is. Damn it, Samurai! First of all, this has the exact same problem with earlier that I already mentioned. The fact that, you know, we basically lose the Keyblade and we have that section with Beast, which would have been awesome if it was longer. Think about what it would have been like to basically get all the way up to Maleficent without your Keyblade, then get it back for the dragon and the Riku fight, and then immediately get turned into this. That would have been awesome. But no, instead, we have this horrible situation where we only go without the Keyblade for like 5 minutes, and then we only go as a shadow for like 5 minutes. It's kind of pathetic, if I'm being blunt. I mean, there's great story symbolism here. For example, the fact that Sora is a Shadow Heartless. I know everyone's been talking about that in chat, but to just re-emphasize it, Sora does not have a strong heart. He doesn't. Not by himself. It's everyone else's connections that make him strong. So yeah, he becomes one of the weakest types of Heartless, a basic shadow. One thing that is interesting to me to note, and I wonder if this was done on purpose, Sora becomes a natural Heartless, not an emblem Heartless. I think personally that that was done deliberately and is due to the unique nature of how he lost his heart. It was not stolen, it was freely granted, it was freely given away, which leads to this situation. But yeah, he's just this pathetic normal thing. Also, by the way, I'm sorry, but the way he walks is incredibly cute. Just look at this thing. I used to do that a lot when I used to play this game. Every time I go through this. Anyway, so yeah, he becomes a pureblood. Like I said, I think it's because of the fact that he willingly, knowingly gives himself to the darkness for all intents and purposes, sacrifices his heart willingly, rather than it being artificially stolen, rather than a segregation happening. That's just my thoughts on the matter. I really wish that this section was much longer and much better done. Like, I would love it if we were actually going down and had to fight Donald and Goofy as a Heartless. That, like, they were actually a boss fight we had to overcome, and we defeat Goofy and Donald, and as they're losing, as we are defeating them, obviously it wouldn't just be us. Like, the whole point, the way I would do this, is, like, our attacks do, like, 1 damage. And that's it. We've got, like, the basic attack, and that's it. But as we attack them, like, each time we attack them, I would have, like, a hidden mechanic where each time we successfully get a hit on them, more Heartless are summoned, and more Heartless are summoned, and more Heartless are summoned, until we basically swarm them, so you get the feeling that we're just one of the Heartless, which are just kind of washing over Donald and Goofy. And then we defeat them, and then it's Kairi who rushes up and it's like, ah! And tries to save us, and restores us to our previous status. Thus leading to the incredibly bizarre situation with Naminé and Roxas, which I'm not even sure I want to talk about yet, because it's really messed up. They are truly unique cases. To my knowledge, nothing else has ever happened like that in the entire Kingdom Hearts series. Because if you think about it, the mind, the memories, the personality of the person is in the nobody. Oh, that's actually cool, too. I like that, too, Kay. Why not do both? The mind is in the personality is in the nobody. The Heartless is basically just the raw instinct, right? Just the raw emotions and the raw heart consumed by darkness. So the fact that Sora is restored here, well, it makes sense because if you pay attention... Oops, I went the wrong way. If you pay attention, Sora from this point on, up until his restoration at the end of Kingdom Hearts 2... is, for all intents and purposes, an incomplete person, because it is Kairi's memories of him, Kairi's memories of his personality, that forms this Sora, an incomplete Sora. The rest of his personality, the rest of his mindset, are stuck with Ventus's heart over in Roxas, and later on in Xion. And yeah, it's Sora, of course, instinctually going to Kairi, which, I mean, I shouldn't even have to explain that one. So yeah, that's the way I think of it. We are basically going to be playing as, like, 0.75 Sora from this point onward, as a result of this these actions. It is also possible that this is a more metaphysical thing, where Kairi's memories of him and Kairi's connection to him restored him, which would also explain why Roxas has no memories of his original self. But then again, don't forget Roxas has Ventus's heart in him, so that's kind of a factor as well. Okay, fine. 0.77, Samurai. Is that better? So yeah, just... Oh, it would be so awesome if we actually got to fight Donald and Goofy here as a Heartless. In any of the ways that you could do that. But instead we get this, which lacks any impact, I feel. Donald is dumb counter.
Is that you?
Basically, yes, Leander.
This time I'll protect you.
I love this. It's like implying, like, this time I'll be the one to protect you. Oh god! And Sora's back. Kind of invalidating the earlier scene and losing a lot of the emotional impact of it. But again, as I mentioned before, this is basically a part of Sora, not all of Sora.
Go now!
Come with us.
Actually, I like that idea, Kay. That's a really nice idea.
Bell. Now go! The Heartless are coming.
All right. Let's get out of here.
This is a no music counter, by the way. I know there's been several no music scenes, but that's a scene that should have had music and didn't, so, yeah. No kidding, Green. So yeah, Sora's back, except he's not. I would have loved it if they were more obvious about the fact that this is basically a broken person at this point in time. That Sora is a broken, ruined person, individual at this point in time. And that would be awesome. But they don't really get it across that well. It's not until Chain of Memories End 2 that we really see how bad Sora's gotten.
No wonder there are...
Oh, by the way, this is one of the explanations for why Sora's an idiot from this point on, by the way. Because he's literally a broken person. Yeah, kind of like Cloud. That's a good example of what I'm talking about.
more and more heartless everywhere.
No music.
The only way to stop them is...
Seal the keyhole, right?
Maybe, but no one knows what will happen once it's sealed.
Well, we can't just stay here. We have to do something. I've got a friend back there.
That's right. You have one more friend to worry about. Riku's Keyblade must have been born of the captive princess's hearts. Just like that keyhole you saw.
God, dude, emote.
Of course, without Kairi's heart, it remained incomplete. Once that Keyblade was destroyed, the princess's hearts should have been freed. Don't worry, Sora. If anyone can save your friend, you can.
Wow. Sorry a second, guys. I'm having I just got a bunch of comments on my trailer video that went live, and a lot of people are like, "Oh my god, it's episodic and therefore horrible," and like no other statements about it, which is pretty understandable. But still irritating. Anyways, what's up, Titans? Sorry, what'd I do? Zoned out for a second. Right, so another thing to talk about in this section. This is actually kind of important. This is another SNES RPG thing again. Again. Now, on the one hand, they do this right, but on the other hand, we still have to kind of interpret it. Actually, I'm sorry, no, words. I'm speaking wrong because I was so distracted by that FF7 thing. Let's rewind a bit, okay? I really like the fact that it's actually showcasing this without the SNES RPG thing. One of the things that they do that they do well in this game is they actually show through gameplay that the darkness has spread significantly. The worlds are safe, they're all locked away, so that's not an issue. But the heartless, there's more heartless. They're higher level. There are new types of heartless in every world too. Wherever we go, except for Hercules, there's all this new horrible. New horrible heartless everywhere to showcase the fact that the darkness has spread significantly. I like that. It's great. And they even emphasize a point quietly later on, which I'm going to go and tell you now because I don't feel like talking to them. The thing I'm going to tell you now is very simple. We would have lost if not for the Princesses of Heart. And I love this because it's so understated. Damn it, Permeus! It's yesterday. My headache's back. And I've got cleaning to do. The Princesses of Heart are the only reason the worlds haven't been completely consumed by darkness at this point. They gave us this chance to go into the end of the world and actually find Ansem and cut this off at the source. If it wasn't for them, the darkness would have so completely overwhelmed everything that we would have already lost. They're literally sitting there at Hollow Bastion, at the black hole basically that connects us directly to the pipeline to the end of the world, which is at the very terminus edge of the realm of light, leading into the realm of darkness, holding back with all of the power of all six princesses of light, just holding back that tide of darkness. So I love that for two reasons. One, obviously because they're helping to save the realm of light, but two, and more importantly, it emphasizes just how much darkness is pouring into the realm of light. Because remember, there's new heartless everywhere, there's new darkness everywhere, and yet that's just a fraction of what would actually be happening. What would actually be happening if not for the fact that they were defending it. So I really like that. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and show off Kurt, Ziza, and Phantom. I don't promise to beat either of them. I'm not really going to try that hard. I'll try with Caesar. Caesar's fun. Phantoms... I gotta be honest, I don't like Phantom. I get the design of the fight. It is very much a gimmick fight, but a few things hamper it. The difficulties with targeting control and some of the twitchiness in how the flight controls make the Phantom fight more frustrating than it should have been. On the face of it, on paper, Phantom is actually a pretty decent design. It's just implemented kind of and again, it just takes too long because of its gimmick. So we'll do Phantom first. We'll just get that out of the way. Oh, that would have been awesome. Also, Caesar is a cool name, anyways. Hey, Marley, and hey, Darkrai. Yeah. I should actually go ahead and get stop on my bar for this one. So I don't really need Gravira for this. So let's go ahead and just get stop there. I only have stop. I don't have stop row or stopaga. So this will be interesting. Where the heck is... No? Is this not... There we go. So say we should be able to fly here. Trying to remember where Tinkerbell is to take me to Phantom. I usually don't refight Phantom. I actually refight Caesar regularly just because I enjoy the fight. And I usually refight, you know, Ice Titan and Sephiroth, even though I lose to Sephiroth all the time. But I almost never go back to fight Phantom. Don't think she's here. So we're gonna go ahead and... Damn it! And now I'm turned around. Oh, I don't know, Titans. I mean, I think Oblivion's kind of a terrible Keyblade, personally. Plus, Samurai says he has it, and if he has it, you know, I can't take it. Oh, there she is. Hey, Tink. Damn it! Why do I need Peter Pan in the party? He is so useless and a dick. Speaking of which, what do we got? Yes, and... Actually, I guess that's it. I still don't have Vortex. I'm level 43. I still don't have Vortex, for God's sakes. Anyways, party. How do I switch party members? How do I switch party members? How do I switch party members? Oh, hey, I can equip another thing. Well, we've already got the little crown on. Let's do another royal crown. Do I need to be on the save point to do it? Ah, here we go. Okay. Donald. Thank you. There we go. You can tell I switch party members all the time in this game. I've ever done it, ever. I mean, obviously I have, but... Yeah, okay, so, yeah, let's go. Let's go. So, Phantom. I like the idea of both the Phantom and the Caesar fight, because the idea is super powerful Heartless. You know, Heartless that are just above and beyond other Heartless. And I like that concept, and I almost wish we saw more of it. Whoa, he looks different. That is true, Samurai. So, this is the Phantom fight. The way this works, if this clock finishes, basically... Oh, hang on. There we go. If this finishes, then people die. Oh my god. Okay, there we go. So you have to stop it, and then you have to fight him with whatever magic he's weak to at the moment, which is fire, looks like. And then you can actually hit him. And, yeah. This is basically Ether the battle. Like, you have to walk into this with a huge chunk of Ethers in order to be able to actually do anything here. And, yeah, this is just really, really boring, if I'm being honest. Whoa! He still hurts, obviously. And this is it. This is the whole fight. So, yeah. Kind of boring, like I said. That's why I don't really care for this fight all that much. Oh. Sure. Oh yeah. Lightning. Thunder. Hey, D-Squared. What's up? Thunder. Also, you have to fight him with Peter Pan, which kind of sucks, if I'm being honest.
Take that. Heal. Fire. Thunder. Stop.
I gotta be completely honest, I think I've only ever beaten Phantom twice ever in my career. Mostly as a result of not caring enough to try, if I'm being blunt. But I did it once my, first 100% playthrough, and then once for my 100% Proud Mode playthrough, and that's basically it. So this is actually the third time I've ever beaten Phantom. Although I am cheating, so it doesn't count. So. Yes, Titans, this is basically how the fight legitimately goes. Notice he's not even on his final health bar yet. He's still in the orange, and he's just revealed the yellow. Oh my god. Oh god. He's also really fast. And you notice that I'm basically doing no damage to him. Yeah. At least occasionally he's actually weak to physical attacks. He's only done it like twice so far that I've seen. And he moves around a lot, so it's actually kind of hard to get in there to hit him. So like I said, decent idea, terrible execution. If they reduced his health by, and I'm not kidding when I say this, at least like 5 times. At least 5-time reduction in health. This might have worked out a lot better. As is, it's just tedious and not very fun at all. So, yeah. That's ignoring the fact that you need to walk in here with 50 billion ethers. I'm getting physical a lot, wow. Because as you can see, even when I'm on top of this fight, without mana issues, so that's taken out of the equation, this is just slow. And of course, now I know what you're saying, you're cheating, blah blah blah. Trust me, speaking as someone who's beaten this guy legitimately, this is just a slow, boring fight. You can ask other people in chat if you don't believe me. Almost there. We're on his second to last health bar here. Also, this is Kingdom Hearts is probably the best. This is a good time to talk about this. Kingdom Hearts is probably the best example of the optional format, which I've talked about several times. I try to be specific in my terminology. For all intent, whoa! There's almost no indication that stop has worn off too. That's another irritation with this fight. You have to have some really good situational awareness to be on top of that. I noticed because of the number ticking down over Peter Pan's head there. Which is how I usually do that, actually. Anyways, so I usually differentiate by two different terms. There's the optionals and there's the super optionals. Over the years, it's stretched enough to the point where I feel like I need to actually add a third tier to that. But to use my terminology as I always have, optionals are exactly what they sound like. To use FF4 as a good example, going and fight Odin. That's unoptional. Going to fight Bahamut, that is the super optional. The idea is there's basically only one super optional in a given game. He is the one you go after because, no, really, he is the strongest thing in the entire game, the one thing that is the true challenge in a given game, right? Kingdom Hearts adheres to this idea pretty well, actually. Basically, you've got, for example, lots of optionals in virtually every game. In fact, in this game alone, the remix version, we've got Phantom, Kurt Ziza, Ice Titan, Sephiroth, Xemnas, and... Actually, I think that's it. Those are all the optionals in... Whoops, wrong thing. There we go. Now, that being said, again, by my own definitions, there's only one super optional in any given game, with very, very, very few exceptions to that rule. The super optional, of course, being the single strongest thing in the game. In this case, that would probably be Xemnas, although that comes down to a bit of debate. What is stronger, Xemnas or Sephiroth? Considering I've never actually beaten Xemnas, I can't really speak to that. Yeah, go ahead, make fun. Basically, during the last Lorerun, we decided we didn't care enough to actually bother to level grind, or in order to take off Xemnas, so we didn't bother. Sephiroth I've beaten once ever in my entire life. I remember that fight. I remember hating the crap out of it. I don't know that game well enough to answer that, Dragoon. So I don't know. I'll give you another example. FF4, going back to that example. Bahamut would be the super optional of FF4. Either Emerald or Ruby weapon, depending on your preference, would be the super optional of FF7. Omega would be the super optional of FF8. Nemesis would be the super optional of the original FF10. I could keep going down the list, but you get the idea. Goodbye. The Lingering Sentiment would be the super optional of Kingdom Hearts 2, which is a game that is filled to the brim with optionals. Ah! Yeah, I usually call those gear checks, Takoida. Thank you, Zeiss, for some reason. $49, huh, Samurai? Well, I might manage that just doing the Hades Cup. That is how I used to actually level in this game, before I learned about the Ice Titan trick. I just do the Hades Cup. We're gonna go and save. Kingdom Hearts 2 is actually a pretty easy game, Fuke. And I don't mean that as an insult. If you crank it down to beginning difficulty, it's pretty damn easy. And so you can pretty much just blaze through it for the story. I know multiple people who have done exactly that. Let's see what Zeiss just did, shall we? Loading, please wait. That's... What the heck, Zeiss? Okay, sure. We will go ahead and put this to $221. There we go. Let's go fight the much more interesting optional boss, Kurt Ziza. This is pretty cool. This fight looks cool and is cool. in my opinion. This is a lot of fun. Yeah, I want to be in Len's house. The funny thing is, the brilliance of the design of this. Kurt Ziza rewards you for paying attention and for being on top of it. You can walk into Kurt Ziza with no potions and no ethers on a boss fight that requires melee and magic damage in time and still beat him because of the nature of the fight, which again, I will showcase when we get in here. Kurt Ziza was a gentleman who won a contest, I forget what the contest was, to have him included in the game. He is basically, there's no lore here other than the fact that these are the super powerful Heartless that have been unleashed from the end of the world. He's got a cool intro, too. And I love his blades. I'm sure there's a name for those type of swords, but I'm just gonna call them awesome. It's a 6-armed snake mech. Okay, so are we... Yeah, okay, so this is melee mode. So melee mode is actually probably the harder of the two to deal with. You can only hit him. So I need to actually pay attention. Oh my gosh. You can only hit him with physical attacks. You can't use magic at all, which means my heals have just been locked out, which is why I'm being careful now. And failing, I may actually lose this fight. Holy crap. I have to be really careful here. Oh god, oh god, oh god, oh god. Ow! Ow! Okay, there we go. Hang on, hang on. There we go. So you have to take out both hands, as you can see me doing. Ugh. Now you notice he's dropping health orbs. This is what I was talking about. In his physical form, he drops health orbs, like a lot of them, when you damage him like that. I love his sound effects too. Unique sound effects for the mech stomping around. I'm not even sure why Sora and Donald and Goofy are here. They're totally useless. Okay, so then he goes into Vuln form, and I'm on the wrong side of him to actually hit him. Oh my god. There we go. And he'll hit like everything around him randomly, but this is basically your chance to actually do damage to him. He is in a full-on Vuln mode here. We got it through at least one health bar there, that's good. Alright, so now we go into magic mode. We're gonna get that cure off. So now we have to take him out through magic. Oh shoot, I forgot to queue up for this. Now, he's gonna constantly be hitting you with those things, but as we hit him, you notice how he's dropping mana orbs all over the place. Again, this is why I call this fight brilliantly designed, really, because he's encourages you to pay attention, to keep track, to if you are very low on health. I mean, I've beaten this guy at really low level by the skin of my teeth because I can keep up well enough. By picking up the mana orbs, by picking up the health orbs, by dodging his attacks. All of his attacks are fully dodgeable. There's nothing he does you cannot avoid. Really wish I'd queued up a proper thing here, but whatever. So this is actually going to be kind of irritating for me, but that's my own fault. I'd recommend, say, like, level 40 for this guy. Sorry, this is taking a lot of my concentration to do. There we go. Anyways, so yeah, as I was saying, you can do this relatively low level if you've got the patience for it. Because like I said, he is 100% dodgeable, and he will refill your health and your magic as you're doing it. And also notice the magic form requires you to just take out his bubble, but the melee form requires you to take out both hands, and yet both hands have less health, but are trickier to hit. It makes sense, basically, is what I'm trying to say, that both of them have different approaches in terms of actual style of play, rather than just plain making it so that you have to, like, get lucky or whatever. So yeah, this is an awesome fight. This might actually be my favorite fight in Kingdom Hearts 1, in all honesty. Might be able to finish him this round, we'll see. Except I'm in the wrong position. Ugh. Damn it! Yeah, I screwed up. Ah! I got hit! Ruined my timing. Oh yeah, he's got this attack too, which is another fun one. Damn it, I keep getting hit, which is throwing off my timing. Oh yeah, he also automatically goes away from you when you try to melee him. Notice how Ragnarok is, or excuse me, Ars Arcanum is doing nothing to him, by the way. I just point that out. You can't cheat the system. You have to hit him with magic to break the shield. Feel the heat. Oh my god! Let's try Thunder instead. Strike Ray also does not work. I've tried that one. Neither does Ragnarok. Even though Ragnarok is primarily magical. Come on. Damn it! I'll try Gravity if we give another rotation, which we shouldn't. Now, what I'm doing right here is actually very close to my actual strategy. I'm much more cautious during the magic phases than I am during the melee phases because of the health drops and because of the fact that I want to get through the melee phase as quickly as possible. He does way more damage in the melee phase, and it is much harder to dodge in my experience. Gotcha. Yeah, cool pose! I even got the cool pose off. So that's Kurt's easy. And again, a massive heart is released. And now we have Zensetsuken, which is like totally freaking useless, but hey. And we got a report out of that, which is one of the other reasons I wanted to do that. I mean, I could always look that up online, but whatever. Okay, so, yay. I defeat it with fire, Fuke. In all honesty, I have no set method for doing it. Really, I don't. Motivation is usually my issue, though, not time is the other issue. Okay, so, so you notice we can't actually get back to Hollow Bastion right now. It's completely locked off. So it's like, well, crap. What are we gonna do? Exactly, Takoida. Although it's because her body was effectively her sort of nobody heartless thing. It's messed up. But again, total lack of darkness in her heart is the real reason. You know, Permeus, I often feel the same way about that when it comes to the copyright strike crap. Did you guys know I actually got a copyright strike for my Fallout stuff? Not an actual strike, excuse me, I'm using the wrong terminology. But I got people being like, oh, we're totally going to claim ad money on all your Fallout videos because Einon's, or Zur, or whatever his name is. So anyways, let's go talk to Sid here. So remember, Sid's not only from there, but's been dealing with that stuff for forever. So he's like, aha, I have a new route to get there. See you around, Marley. I like the fact that Sid would be the person to actually make a backdoor navigational route, basically, back into his own area. This is also kind of an example of story and gameplay segregation. Because the implication here is that we can't take the Gummy ship to Hollow Bastion normally, because there's just too many Heartless, too much darkness pouring out of Hollow Bastion. And yet, that's actually not the case in gameplay, especially since we can just go do Gummy routes right now and we're just fine, so shrug. But again, emphasizes that idea that just wave after wave of darkness is pouring out of the Hollow Bastion hole, leading to the end of the world. Hang on, Kairi. We need to get the loot! It's more important than you are. If I could ever do it. Oh my god. There we go. None of them Fuke, but also 7. So, 7 is the answer you're looking for. Yay, Orichalcum. I like how it just was, like, there for anybody to walk up and take. No hidden switch, no nothing, just, it's there. Cutscene with Kairi, I think. I am correct.
A light at the end of the tunnel.
Oh, your grandma's story, right?
It's
That's
awesome,
right.
Nicholas.
We were together.
You know what's funny? I looked everywhere for you, but you were with me all along. Finally, we're together, Kairi.
But you were
Now, it's time to get Riku back.
You think it'll ever be the same again between us? Riku's lost his...
When I turned into a Heartless, you saved me, remember? I was lost in the darkness. I couldn't find my way. As I stumbled through the dark, I started forgetting things. My friends, who I was. The darkness almost swallowed me.
Copyright laws are
Then I
wrong,
heard a
Subterranean.
voice. Your voice. You brought me back.
I didn't want to just forget about you, Sora. I couldn't.
That's it. Our hearts are connected. And the light from our hearts broke through the darkness. I saw that light. I think that's what saved me. No matter how deep the darkness, a light shines within. I guess it's more than just a fairy tale.
Well, let's go.
You can't go,
Why not?
because it's way too dangerous.
Come on, Sora. We made it this far by sticking together. You can't go alone.
Kairi, even if we're apart, we're not alone anymore, right?
With fire, Spirit of Memory.
I can't help.
You'd kind of be in my way.
Sora's dumb counter.
Okay,
I'm sorry, but that qualifies.
you win.
For him just being dumb there. You kind of be in my way.
Take this.
Twat.
It's my lucky charm. Be sure to bring it back to me.
I mean, ignoring the fact that
Don't
Kairi
worry,
could have
I
actually been
will.
helpful. Ignoring the fact that she's actually a Princess of Heart.
Promise?
Ignoring the fact that they've actually been doing all
Promise.
this stuff together. Ignoring the... you get the idea. Punk.
Don't ever forget. Wherever you go, I'm always with you.
Irony. Kairi is going to forget he exists for about a year. Yes. Not just forget him. Forget that he ever existed. Oh my god! So here's one of the added scenes for the final mix. This is the realm of darkness. Kind of. This is actually kind of a screwed up situation. Remember, Riku's body is actually still being inhabited by Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. So this is basically close... It would be better to describe this as a manifestation of Riku's self, whether his heart or his idea, whatever you want to concept with that, in the realm of darkness, you know, because he's been trapped there as a result of that. The one speaking to him there is definitively Mickey. Exactly, Samurai. Hey, Stars of the Ocean. Kind of Fuke. It's actually more complicated than that, but it is a similar idea. Oh, shut up, Samurai. Oh, okay, I get what you mean. Doom and silence. That's what you're saying. Yeah, actually, I totally buy that idea. I never thought about it before, MML. I like the fact that there's this whole big fate is a thing in Kingdom Hearts, except as we see throughout the series, fate is not only wrong, but manipulatable. That is so creepy. If I saw that coming towards me, I would run. So Riku and the King, Mickey, are going to try and link up in the Realm of Darkness. And the King, I've always felt like the reason Riku manages to maintain cohesion as a sentient being manifested is because of the fact that Mickey is there to help him. In other words, Mickey is for what Riku never had. A friend. Someone to help him, someone to care for him, someone to keep him centered, right? It's funny because, as I've said many, many times, the only reason Sora accomplishes all that he does is because of his friends. So, in other words, Riku finally has something that Sora's had all along, and that kind of evens the balancing field there. The balancing field? Evens the playing field. Balances the playing field. God, words. I swear I can do the words thing. Actually, yeah, I'm sorry. I actually meant to talk about that, but I was just really zoning out on that fight. I actually do think it's very likely Phantom is Marluxia's Heartless. Number one, as I've said before, I've always been of the opinion that the major organization members, remember, one of the defining things that makes them an organization member is the fact that their heart was very strong, right? So in other words, if my theory is correct that the really big Heartless are really strong hearts given such manifest, it would make sense that all of those organization members have really big, really powerful Heartless as a result of their strong heart. Ergo, something as incredibly powerful as Phantom, and Phantom is pretty strong, let's be honest with ourselves, would logically be someone of one of the organization members, and he fits Marluxia fairly well. None of the others really fit that well unless you count the boss Behemoth and Lexius, which I've heard that one too. Die. Everything die. Oh, sorry. I was talking about something that's gone. Oh well, doesn't matter. By the way, the first time I ever heard Marluxia's name said out loud, I was like, what? Marluxia was what I usually called that. Yeah, I know, Samurai. One thing that I don't like about Kingdom Hearts 1, all the Kingdom Hearts games have this to some extent or another, though, is the idea of there's so much in the game you can't do until you're basically at the end of the game. That's like, damn it, really? I don't know, I feel that's a problem in a lot of RPGs in general, and it's one of the negative things of a SNES RPG format, which I've talked about before. Yeah, I've heard Marluxia. I've heard Marluxia. I've heard a few other pronunciations, but yeah, we'll hear it again. Marluxia, or Marluxia, depending on who's saying it. They emphasize the I or de-emphasize the I, depending on the individual. Not that I dislike Marluxia's name. I've gotten used to it. It just really took me by surprise when I first heard it, you know? I also have a weirdness with Zexion's name. I cannot pronounce it normally. I have to emphasize that yon at the end. I don't know why. It's just my natural accent. Zexion. I do the same thing with Ixion, actually, in Final Fantasy X. Because it's more efficient that way, Fuke. And the funny thing is, I'm not actually making that up or being cute. This is actually a very efficient Gummy ship design in both games. Oh, by the way, guys, do you want the Star Fox section to be in Kingdom Hearts 3, yes or no? Yeah, Zidane, that's another good example. Never would have got that one until they said it. Yeah, no kidding, Lava Dude. I've actually made a brick with guns before, but yeah. The donut design is fond to my heart, ever since I discovered it existed. And was like, oh. I admit I did not discover the donut design myself. It was mentioned to me, and I was like, what? Now, I mentioned this, only Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 have had the Gummy ship thing. Birth by Sleep, 358, Coded, Dream Drop Distance have not. Okay, yeah, go ahead, Shadow. I'll allow it. Thank you for asking. Yes, it actually is, Fuke. It's a block with guns and engines. Or it's a cube. Donut, whatever. Oh, Daniel. I'm still hesitant on Star Wars being in Kingdom Hearts. But that would actually be really cool, I think. Personally, I think the Star Fox thing should be in, but mainly for the reason I've already hinted at. AKA the fact that each other game either has nothing or a completely separate thing for traveling between the worlds. I feel like it's always been a mainstay of the, well, let's call it what it is, the Sora adventures, to have Gummy blocks. And that's why I think of it. Some people think of Kingdom Hearts 1 and 2 as the main games. I don't actually think of it that way. As I've said before, Recom and Birth by Sleep arguably have way more to do with the actual plot of the series than 1 and 2 do. So the idea that 1 and 2 are the main Kingdom Hearts games is very much a fallacy that I don't agree with at all. However, the one distinction between 1 and 2 from the others is 1 and 2 are very definitely the adventures of Sora, Donald, and Goofy. Birth by Sleep is, of course, the Seeker Trio. There we go. 358 is obvious. Dream Drop Distance is Sora and Riku, and let's be honest, that was more about Riku than anything else. The one exception to this, of course, is Chain of Memories. But Chain of Memories really was very different. Chain of Memories was much smaller focused. I think it's one of the reasons I love the story in Chain of Memories so much. It was the Mass Effect 2 / Empire Strikes Back of the series. Everything went down to the people. You're in one world. No world traveling at all. You're in one little world, you're one tiny little area here. It's much more focused on the characters. We get way more characterization for Larxene than we do for half the other organization members. And the same for Vexen, and the same, so forth and so on. Because of that character focus that Chain of Memories has. So, And then, of course, Recoded is Data Sora. That's true, Samurai. 1 and 2 are basically variances on each other, gameplay and UI-wise. And even drive forms, which is the one big thing they added in 2, are more a story thing than a gameplay thing, really. Yeah, Sora is not actually badly written. Do not mistake my ire of him as being like, oh, I hate him. He's not like Hope in FF13. He's not like Garrosh in World of Warcraft. He is actually a very well-written character. I constantly point out how dumb he is because he is dumb. He is a stupid character. It is part of his character to be that stupid. Now, that being said, he does piss me off a few times. Mostly in Kingdom Hearts 2, where he's basically a bigot. Because, I know this sounds weird, but I'm not a huge fan of bigotry. No, Garrosh is well written. I was using two different examples. Hope and Garrosh really don't have anything like each other. The similarity between the two is I really don't like Garrosh and I really don't like Hope. The difference is Hope was not well written, and oh my god! It's the eternal stop!
See ya!
I need to get out of combat to use the lift, so, mostly Permeus. I've unfortunately already had a few things spilled for me, and I've decided to avoid further spoilers as a result of that. Let's not use stop this time. Hey, Dark Eldar are different. We'll talk about it when we get there, okay? But he is a bigoted bastard, and he is also wrong. It is worth noting that he is not wrong by his own deliberation. He has been misinformed, broken, in addition to his natural stupidity. But he is a bigoted bastard. There is no arguing that. What am I doing? Customize. Yeah, let's get some real spells here. Let's go back to Gravira. We'll leave Aurora there. Oh, for God's sakes.
Force! See ya! Force! See ya! Force! Force!
No, you don't! God damn you! Exactly, Douglas.
Force! Force!
Let me put it to you this way, okay? Let's say there's someone in real life who has been antagonized. Sure, we'll go ahead and give you that. Although I would argue that's not fair, especially given the reality of the situation. But we'll go ahead and give it to you. From his perspective, he's been antagonized by a group of people. We'll call them black people. Now, let's say as he's been antagonized by these black people for all of his life, he decides to think that black people are subhuman, that they are less than a person, that they don't deserve rights or treatment that other people do because they're less than normal people. And that's why I call Sora a goddamn bigot. It doesn't take much to equate it to something that most people understand better. That guy was coming back for me, guys. He wanted to shove me down again. Actually, I have Fat Squeak. But I actually have my own custom design. But in addition to that, my favorite is Ends of the Earth, or whatever it's called. The one that Terra gets as his final Keyblade. The one that the Lingering Sentiment uses. That's my personal favorite, Fat Squeak.
See ya!
It's the only way. We gotta fight gravity with gravity, Samurai. Yeah, no kidding, Luxia. Yeah, Sora is proven just how wrong he was in Dream Drop Distance, and you get the really strong impression that he realizes that he realizes how wrong and stupid he was, and it's just like, oh crap. And then of course all of the memories of Roxas and whatever's left of Xion pours into him, and then Sora completely breaks. But we'll talk about that when we get there. Ah! Beaten by the camera! I was hitting forward, assuming I would be facing, where I'm supposed to be going. As you can see, forward was not forward. So I went forward. Oh my god. The game is like, no, you must not continue. Oh my god. This is the worst elevator. What is this, Mass Effect all over again? On the migrant fleet, we like to do stuff and blah 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 blah. Oh my god. Like I said, Kay, it irritates me personally. I understand it. I really do. And I am going to explain that, because some people think Sora's just an idiot, and that's really unfair and untrue. But there is really no denying that he is being a bigot there, Kay. There really is none, Fuke. Most settings don't have an equivalent of the false. Okay, so I'm not touching the controls until I know which way the camera's facing. Okay. We're okay, guys. We're okay. Alright, Well, Sora is an idiot. I'm not denying that. It's just, he's a fun idiot. He's an idiot that makes sense. It's actually part of his character that he's an idiot. Now, Ericus, he's a moron. I will actually spit venom at Ericus because he is what I would call a real idiot. He is someone who's so blind and so freaking stupid that he makes everything worse by proxy and by deliberate intent. I would argue a lot of the problems in Birth by Sleep happened because of Ericus. Yes, Tor has elevators. Terrible, terrible elevators. Are those already set? Yeah, they are. Okay. One thing I don't really like about this is padding 101. Alright, we're back at Valhalla Bastion. Nothing's really changed. It's the same enemies, same experience values, same everything, basically. But you have to go through what is effectively the whole dungeon again. That's it. Just... yeah. In fairness, I'm using the term moron non-literally. I know, I do that sometimes. I switch back and forth between using literal terms and non-literal terms, and I don't really distinguish between the two. I try to do it with tone. He's a moron, aka non-literal term. But yeah, no, he is a complete and utter zealot. Oh, it will, Final Cloud. Trust me. Okay, so here we're back here, and here's all the Princesses of Heart. I'm going to skip all their dialogue because I already know what all it is, and I've already told you it. It's them discussing how they're holding back the ways of darkness. So, Samurai, what's it worth to you to, have the Oblivion out? Yes, I do, Fuke. Off and on. I don't watch him that regularly. It doesn't help that he's basically in direct competition to me now, although he's way more successful. He's in competition to me like a mom-and-pop store is in competition with Walmart, and he's Walmart. I do, Noel. But in my defense, he plays a very excellent villain. So I think I'm just going to skip the Oblivion. I mean, nobody really likes that sword anyways, right? Okay, if we're going to literal terms, I would say Sora is not an idiot. Sora is dumb. He has lack of experience, and he does not have an analytical mind. It is very difficult for him to actually put two and two together. So I would say that is probably the best description, literally, of Sora. And it is, again, part of his design. He never gets better. In fact, you could argue that by Dream Drop Distance, he is actually stupider overall. But it works because, again, that is mostly part of his character. At the same time, there is also no denying that Sora helps the villains more than he helps anyone else. Well, that's a lie. But he does help the villains and the villains' plans a lot throughout the entire series, including this very game. And it's because of the fact that he doesn't think critically, he doesn't think analytically, he just rushes into a situation. I already talked about this. He's the natural person. He's the innate, the instinctual. He just does stuff. He's like, yep, whoa! And that's like all he does. So yeah, it's hard to describe him as actually stupid, so much as simply that. Now, Donald's an idiot. Yeah, I think that's a good way to put it, Gimmick. Ah! Actually, that's a lot less startling now that I turned down the volume. And apparently that's also going towards. You suck, Samurai. Okay, thank you for the donation. We'll go ahead and put that towards, so we're now at 241 here. Jesus crap. We're almost at the point where we're going to be doing all the songs. And we will get and use Oblivion. Honestly, while Donald doesn't piss me off, as much as other characters do, he does piss me off more than not, and it's actually kind of a personal reason. Donald is rude. Now, that's one thing that's just been a personal pet peeve of mine for my entire life. I have a much harder time tolerating rudeness than everything else. If you're going to be evil, okay, fine. If you're going to be a horrible person, fine. If you're going to be a rude bastard, what the hell is wrong with you? And that just gets to me. And Donald is very, very rude. Here's your Oblivion, by the way. Wah! It's also got the best swing animation, in my opinion, with the blue and black there. Well, thank you, Fugue. Donald outside of Kingdom Hearts is actually worse, believe it or not. He really is. So here's Laxius as Heartless. I'm kidding. We don't actually know if that's true or not, but I've heard that theory many times. Oh my god, get up there. Oblivion awaits! Come on. This is funny, because we'll actually be fighting several behemoths in this game. This is the only one that's actually treated as a boss, though. Camera. Ah! What am I looking at? Ah! I can't control the camera. I literally can't control the camera. Holy crap. We'll just do this, then. Fine. Ah! Ah! Yeah. It's interesting. I've always wondered about this, because they do this several times in Kingdom Hearts, in Disney movies, too. They present darkness as being a combination of red, green, and blue. Insert Mass Effect 3 joke here. And I think it's interesting to have such a technicolor presentation of darkness, given the obvious implications there. And I like that, although I prefer it when they showcase darkness as being basically absence. They only really do that once in this entire game. Oh, wow, I didn't know that. I'll just spam this for a bit. Later on, during the final boss fight, there's a presentation of darkness, which looks really, really cool in my opinion. And I really wish we'd seen more of, but we'll get there, we'll get there. Use the Force. Alright, and Arcanum! Except he's invincible. Like, really? Really? He's got 1 health left, come on! Darkness is not the same as evil. Absolutely not. Darkness is different, but not evil.
Go and seal that big keyhole.
Sora, you did it.
How did you know? Now, darkness can lend itself towards evil, but it is not evil at all. No, it is different. Force! Oh, I got second chance. Yay! I will want that for Sephiroth. So this is when we learn that these guys are actually from Radiant Garden. This is also when we learned that sealing this keyhole away and defeating the final core of darkness will actually re-establish the gummy barriers between the worlds. If I could say something, that doesn't actually make sense to me. I mean, I get it, you know, the world's being reverted to the status quo, but given the nature of everything we've learned throughout this course of the series, I don't understand why doing that directly causes that event to happen. Why the worlds get reorganized back. Yes, I mean, the worlds getting returned from the end of the world, that makes perfect sense. But why do the gummy barriers come back? Oh my god, Samurai, I just thought of that. You're terrible! Why do the gummy barriers get reestablished? That, I mean, there's probably an explanation for it, but that's never really clicked with me. It always felt like that artificial kind of, we want to make sure that it's a final goodbye kind of a situation. Artificially, especially since there are plenty of other ways to go between the worlds. So, I don't know, it just never really fit with me. Might as well just leave the worlds interconnected, especially since that's the direction the series is going in anyways. Actually, I have not, Kay. I'll have to try to remind me to do that if we get there. Looking up. Yes, everyone basically gets returned to their world forcefully. They don't have a choice, with the exception of anyone who happened to be in the realm in between, like Sora and Donald and Goofy.
Again, but we'll never forget each other.
I love the irony of that statement because Squall is about to forget Sora ever existed.
No matter where we are, our hearts will bring us together again. Besides, I couldn't forget you, even if I wanted to.
Except she will.
What's that supposed to mean?
Hurry! Come and close the keyhole!
Sora, good luck.
Considering such a thing has never happened, Netherzim, Okay. I will try to remember to do that. Takoida, in answer to your question, basically all the Heartless are still here, they just can't be propagated anymore. So, right now the Heartless are basically infinite, limitless, and still and replicating at an exponential rate. With all of that removed, yeah, the Heartless will basically die out for all intents and purposes. That is funny. I didn't know that cutscene was unskippable. Why that cutscene of all? We'll never forget you. And you will never be able to skip the fact they will never forget you. Even though we'll forget you in, like, hell, like a couple of days from now. Probably one of my favorite lines in this game is actually, around here somewhere. Nicholas, Ericus was an evil lawful good. A truly rare and well done example of it, actually. Alright, where's the line? Is it one of these two? By the way, both of these actresses, both of these characters are portrayed by Jennifer Hale. Fun fact. Maybe I've already missed the line. There's a line about how they talk about how Ansem faded into darkness, and when he did it with a smile on his face. It's a really creepy, wonderful line, and I love it. They stopped being organized, Takoida, and because of the fact that they can no longer reach each other like they previously would able to. It's like, think about it this way: there's say 1,000. I'm just making up numbers, but say there's like 1,000 darkness in, or excuse me, heartless in all the realm of light. With the barriers reestablished, I still don't get why, but with the barriers reestablished, you've got like maybe 50 heartless here and maybe 50 heartless here. 50 heartless in any given world is a lot easier to deal with than 1,000, right? Whereas before they could basically propagate to each other. And it's terrible. Where am I going? So I need to go unlock 2 optional bosses. Or actually, I think I can do Hades right now. Yep, okay, we're going to do Hades Cup really quick. This is a great time for Q&A. This is a 50-match cup. So any questions about Kingdom Hearts? This would be a really, really good time to ask. So Hades Cup is how I used to level. Just doing it over and over and over. You'll kind of see why. With the exception of one fight, this is actually a pretty easy thing to do in my opinion. Even, you know, without cheats on, obviously. So, you know, you get to just kind of blaze through this. And, I love the presentation of the Hades Cup. Wait, it's not there. Oh, there it is. There it is. So the wall up until now, if you've been paying attention, you know, there's the Phil Cup, the Pegasus Cup, and the Hercules Cup. Hades just kind of smacks down his cup on top of the others, and I love his expression there. Anyway, so yeah, 50 matches. The last boss of it is actually pretty easy. Seriously. And we fight Hades a lot before the end. The Rock Titan is a joke, though. Fat Squeak, if you go look at my YouTube channel right now, you will see a video talking about exactly that. It's about an hour long. There you go. So, does life expand drop because there's no connection to home? Yeah, basically the idea is they have less to feed off of in kind of a metaphoric way. We're going to do the Hades Cup first. I agree, Samurai. Rock Titan really is a joke. Hades is pretty rough, but the only actual difficult fight in this one, from my opinion, is Cloud and Squall at the same time. I still don't have Vortex! Oh my god, why do I still not have Vortex? The only downside with leveling here is you don't get crafting mats. Mostly against Daniel, except in the case of, like, totally non-story. Like, I actually had a postulation of an optional boss fight, and I even detailed how it would work with Vader. Which I think would be awesome if pulled off properly. Who do I like better? Naminé. Easy answer. I like Shion better than both of them, though. Best way that Sora can be intelligent without being goofy? I guess 2 ways of that. Way number 1, have him be obfuscating stupidity. Option number 2... I don't know, just make him figure stuff out a little bit more often, you know? Instead of constantly being behind everyone else and just not putting the pieces together, you know? Actually, yes, I do. Top, absolutely. I think that the way things ended in Dream Drop Distance was still part of his plan, and I'll talk about that when we get there. I have a theory about that I consider to be very, very strong, about why Dream Drop Distance ended the way it did, basically. Well, considering he basically has Roxas's memories now, finally, Samurai, that wouldn't surprise me. Roxas always struck me as much more intelligent than Sora. perhaps ironically. But then again, so did Ventus. That's another way you make Sora smart without turning him into a goofy. Make him Ventus. Yuffie! No. I liked you in FF7. No, I really did. You actually had some of the most character growth. I'd say the third most character growth of all the characters in FF7. And of course, well, part of the party and all that. All the FF characters have an ultimate mode too, which is funny. Hers is actually pretty easy. She just makes her ninja star bigger, which gives her more reach and a couple more attacks. Squall makes his sword freaking gigantic, which makes his attacks very irritating to dodge. And Cloud gains an invincibility mode that he uses every now and again. Actually, I do have a theory about that, Samurai. I suppose I kind of want to save that discussion mostly for Birth by Sleep and a little bit for Dream Drop Distance. But let's just say that I think there are two terms that are being used for the... Okay, two terms being used... that the same word is being used to describe both. That sentence feels weirdly structured, so I hope you understand what I mean by that. In other words, you know, you could call something apple an apple, but it's actually referring to an orange and an apple. I know that sounds weird, but bear with me. So the idea is there's a Keyblade Master and there's a Keyblade Master. Now the Keyblade Masters are basically like Jedi Masters. Yeah, actually like the world thing are like Jedi Masters in Star Wars. In other words, it's politics. I mean, literally, if you pay attention to Star Wars, being given a Jedi Knight, you know, going from Jedi Knight to Jedi Master is a purely political move. It's there because the current regime happens to agree with you, or you happen to run the current regime, and that's what determines what makes a Master. There's really no difference between a Knight and a Master. There's no rules. There's no definition. It's just, oh, well, I dubbed thee a Master. It's like being knighted, almost. Not Jedi Knighted, but real-life knighted. It doesn't mean anything per se. It is what it implies. With me? Then there's the other definition of a Jedi Master. Or, excuse me, not Jedi Master. There's the other definition of a Keyblade Master, which is someone who has mastery of the Keyblade. Not just can wield it, but to actually really be able to take it to the furthest extent. So in my definitions, ergo, Sora actually is a Keyblade Master, even if he is not a recognized Keyblade Master. Make sense? You don't, Green. Which is the unfortunate part. Yeah, I like that quote, too. I like James Woods in, like, all of this. He only phones it in a little bit. Most of that isn't recoded. Ah, fine. Hey, Lulu. Force. Use the Force, Lulu. I like how Force, ugh! Like the Beamus was like, shut up! God.
See ya! Force! See ya! Force! 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 Force!
Yeah, exactly, Lucia. Lucia? I don't know what to call you now. I'm confused. Honestly, I would have him still keep attacking even as he's getting hit to Koida. Have him, like, just non-stop pushing through the ridiculous assault that's hitting him. You know, smashing through defenses. You know, have someone actually set up, like, barriers or shields or the actual spell protect, and have him just smash right through it. Show it for, like, a second and then show it breaking, that kind of a thing. That's what I would do. Hey guys! Just reminding you. He does it in Kingdom Hearts 2 as well, by the way. It's not just in 1. Yeah, leveled. I'm level 50, yay! Probably not, Ventures. I should say hopefully not. But probably not, legitimately.
Donald! That's the power of the Keyblade!
Yes, Rory. I'm always here.
Force! Force! See ya! Force! 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 See ya! See ya!
The bottom left one, Lulu, is whether or not we'll be singing Finny Fun along with certain other songs when we get to Kingdom Hearts 2.
Goofy! Donald!
Yeah, exactly, Dakota. That's kind of what I'm thinking. That is true, Samurai. Yeah, it's pretty high, Rory. I'm not sure what to make of that, honestly.
Force! Force!
Top we'll be playing 1, then Calm, then 2, then 358, then Coded, then Birth by Sleep. That's the order we're doing it. Oh, and then Dream Drop Distance. That's the order we're doing it. Swim me swim and do 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 do. Ham. Probably Kimmick. Oh my god!
Donald! Take that!
Well, I'm probably going to be singing the first song in the Count voice. Not sure about the rest yet. I'm still torn on that. We're definitely going to be doing one of the songs as Palpatine. And, I'm debating if I want to do another one as Yoda. I'm still torn on that. Finny Fun itself, I'm gonna have to do normally. I'm not gonna be able to do a silly voice for Finny Fun, just because it is very fast. If you've ever actually, I mean, you guys know what I mean by that. The words just blaze by, and I have a difficulty singing that quickly. I always have. So yeah. We will be singing that one normally. The other ones we'll do silly voices for. I can't sing in Papyrus's voice. Actually, that's what I was going to do, Samurai. Right there. As part of your world, I was thinking of doing Yoda for that one. Not sure about that yet. I need to respond to PAX. Where's the PAX? Guys, go deal with those guys. Hello, Mechanical Morgoth. Sweet as gooses, hasten to my side right now. Ah, I lost it. I was just watching Return of the Jedi last night too. Good movie. You ever seen anybody out there ever heard of that movie? It's called Star Wars Episode 6: Return of the Jedi. It's kind of a lesser-known flick.
Goofy!
Hey, Dios. Yeah, it tries, Lilu.
Force!
Return of the Jedi. Un Jedi is un Jedi. So those are angels. Those actually aren't too bad. if they're by themselves. But when you get them into a group, like the gauntlet that's at the end of the world, those things can really piss you off. Anybody, is that true for anybody else? I'm just curious, because those really caused me some issues. Especially when I was doing my Proud playthrough, when I was doing my 100% run forever ago. It's been very cathartic, Mechanical Morgoth. This is my first time ever cheating at a Kingdom Hearts. So yeah, this has just been like, oh, I can relax and destroy things. Actually, I actually have a video rip of the original VHS A New Hope. Only A New Hope, though. It's the only one I've been able to find like that. The quality is terrible. Because it's a VHS, you know, so, yeah. Get up on Cerberus' back! So this is a bit of a Bastion fight. It's basically just Cerberus again, he just hits harder and has more health, but yeah. I was waiting for you to finish it, Rory. Come on, dude. Honestly, really the only fight in this game I remember truly enjoying is, Kurt Ziza. Which I do enjoy, like, a lot. That seems to be working. Oh, that's terrible, Rory. Oh my god, my mon is moving. Oh my god, my mon is moving, guys. That's the first time it's actually moved this entire game.
Power the Keyblade.
Actually, you know what? I'm lying. The Xemnas fight was amazing. I'll agree with that. I haven't even beaten Xemnas, and I think that fight's amazing. I kept up with him for quite a while at like level 30-something. Just basically surviving and slowly whittling him down. I did it basically because I wanted to show off how awesome his later moves are. And early on he only does some of his easier to dodge moves.
This should help.
Yes, I have, Lava Dude. And of course I've seen the Family Guy ones too. So no more gravity spamming, guys. It's time to do this the old-fashioned way. You know, with this much mana, I bet the mana restore mechanic of hitting things would take forever to restore even a single point of mana. Well, I hesitate to actually put a date down, Django, so... favorite Italian food? I don't know. Hey, Sonic. Oh my god, I still don't have Vortex. Why do I still... Samurai, when am I supposed to get Vortex, for God's sakes? I'm level 50. This is ridiculous. I'll be... You're terrible, Rory. You're terrible. I really don't know, Django. I don't know at all. I don't know at all, at all, at all, at all. There's the truth. I hate this section for the timed one. Anyone... Am I the only one who really hates the timed, Hades Cups? Because there's so many enemies that aren't hard. They don't hurt. They're not going to kill you. They just do stuff where you can't hit them for a while. So they're just invincible friends. They're just wasting your timer. God, that irritates the crap out of me. Hey, Hemo. Hope you can actually see me without, you know, the latency problem. Hey, look, it's the Avengers! You can tell which one is Black Widow, obviously. At the Darth Maul. Oh, hey, someone heard what I said. Yeah, the time thing. Just, oh my god. Dare I ask, Django, what horrors you have unleashed in your music? I'm amazed there aren't more fan things of, like, here's what a nobody of this character would look like. You almost never see that kind of a thing in fiction. In fact, I actually went looking for an image of what a nobody of Aqua would look like, and I didn't find anything. Nobody's actually done that. I'm amazed there's not more of a demand for that kind of thing in the fan base, given how common Kingdom Hearts fans, and nobody fans in particular, are. I do remember one time I went looking up pictures for a nobody of Aqua, and I found Naminé. Seriously, have you guys heard the Kairi is Aqua theories? It's ridiculous. There's so much of it, and I don't even begin to understand that. Hey, speak to your audience, Titans. You demanded it, not me. Huh, that's kind of cool. The Kingdom Hearts Iron Man there. Iron Man. Stop hitting me. Oh my god, stop moving too. Ah! I have seen an Aqua in the Heartless armor outfit. That's a good question, Mechanical Morgoth. My answer is there's no lore significance to the Heartless being here. Because we've seen what Heartless look like when they're in this area. When they're in the Hercules realm. We see that in Kingdom Hearts 2. So, you know. That's just my take. That there's no lore significance to the different Heartless being here. That's my lore take on it. If I was to make up a reason for them being here, I'd have to actually fundamentally change how Heartless work, which I can do, but I don't want to. Guys, that's a Aurora link. Don't click it! Don't click it!
Oh yeah!
Now, Lark scene looks awesome, Kane. You have to admit that. This right here, this is the hardest fight for me in this particular tournament. And I'm actually kind of low on mana, so this might actually be rough. And I don't want to waste mana on Arcana. No, I have not fought him yet, Heineken. It's basically going to be my next thing I do. And there's Cloud's invincibility maneuver.
It's over. It's over.
So Cloud's AI is really irritating. And most of it is because of that. He does that dash attack over and over and over. He will spam the crap out of that. And you can dodge that like 10 times in a row and he'll keep using it. It's really irritating for me. See you around, Kemek. Oh, right. Rosulia, you still there? I'm sorry. I need to talk to you and everyone as a result of that. Okay. Hey, actress. Damn it, Bragon, what are you linking? So this is Squall's power-up. Look at how large his sword has become. That thing has ridiculous reach, too. It's very hard to dodge it, at least for me, at this point. Damn it. Yeah.
Take that! This is it!
Good news is you can still stagger Squall, so no big worries there. Okay, so what are you linking? Let's see here. That's, I hate you, Brakeman. Just so you know. I don't think Rosilia's there. So Rosilia sent me a message on Twitch. And this is relevant, okay? Do not message me on Twitch, okay, guys? Just don't. Just skip it entirely, okay? I've got a billion other ways you can get a hold of me. You don't even have to sign up to Tumblr to contact me there. You can send me a message on YouTube. You can send me a message on Twitter. I guess that's actually it. But seriously, do not message me on Twitch. Twitch does not inform me when I have messages. It just puts them into the other folder and pretends that they don't even exist. Okay? You with me? So don't message me on Twitch. I have to go manually check to see if I have messages through Twitch. And sometimes it just eats them. So, yeah, I did a whole video talking about that. Come on, guys. When I say message, I mean through the messaging service. You want to, like, whisper me, that's fine. If I'm on, I'll get it, obviously. If you want to talk to me while I'm streaming, that's totally cool, too. But, yeah. Welcome back, Samurai. Time to die. Oh my god. 16, 17 more matches, something like that? Yeah, 16 more matches. I won't get it, Pax. So have you ever watched played Dream Drop Distance Pax? Did you ever actually get around to that? You're terrible, dude. Dark Ball X! Well, I do try, Roaring. I may fail, but I do try. Didn't I give you that one, or did I give you Birth by Sleep? I don't even remember. That doesn't matter. Lots of enemies who like to teleport in and out, wasting time. Padding! Kingdom Hearts 1! Padding! Oh my god. Ugh. I'm lazy. Really, Foo Dogs? Wow.
Come on!
The best part is I have elixirs, but I didn't put them into my inventory, so I can't actually use those to get all my mana back. If I had, like, an elixir, I would get all that ridiculous amount of mana back, but nope! Just gonna have to live with the, what is that, like 8 mana I've got left? Something like that. So I've got 8 more heals in me, guys. Do I have any items on? Oh, I have an ether! Yay! I have a few more heals. Invisibles piss me off too, by the way. Frickin' Invisibles. Oh, sweet. Like I said, Kingdom Hearts 1 has a lot of padding into it, and the Hades Cup is just another example of that. You guys can probably see why I used to use this to level. Just going through the cup over and over again gets you a ton of experience from the bajillions of enemies you fight. You don't have to even go anywhere, you just fight them, and If you die, it doesn't matter, because you just, you know, go back to the thing like, oh, I lost. That's another reason I consider this gameplay story segregation, by the way, with the different Heartless here. If you die, the Heartless don't consume your heart or anything. You just go back to the thing. It's like, oh, you lost. Oh, well. And that's it. You can do it, Pax! I actually just got that at, like, what was it, 70% chance or something like that. I have not heard about that, Shiryu. Apparently Minecraft's coming to the Wii U. Stun Impact. By the way, Samurai, where the heck... Vortex? I mean, I'm just curious. Because I still don't have it, and I don't think I'm going to get it at this point. Yeah, that actually bothered me, Hemo Heikkinen. I didn't realize that at first, so I just went to the arena in Kingdom Hearts 2, first time I played it, and just mulched the arena several times. And then it took me quite a while to actually figure out that I wasn't getting experience from it. 57, thank you. Well, I probably won't hit that high, in all honesty. Oof, that hurt. Invisibles, ladies and gentlemen. Now, imagine how padding and long this would be taking if I wasn't one-shotting these enemies. Just picture that for a bit. Yep, next fight is actually a really fun fight. Feel the heat. Alright, James Woods, ladies and gentlemen.
Yo, hey, how you doing, everybody? Yeah, got a minute? Hades, Lord of the Dead, nice to see you. Hey, guess what? I got a place for you.
He even gets a cool boss song. Not great, but, you know, still good. Really wish I could unload Arcanum on him, but whatever. I really need to save those heals. Feel the heat. Oh, jeez, camera angles. Oh my god, camera angles.
Hey, having fun yet?
This should help.
That's it. That's it. That's it. That's it. That all you got? Yeah.
I like his cooling off animation too. Feel the heat. This way, whatever. There we go, okay.
Having fun yet?
I'm having a ball, buddy.
That's it.
Feel the heat. I love how those two literally lack the ability to dodge his flame attack there.
Hey, having fun yet?
So they're just they're some of these fights in Kingdom Hearts 1. I wonder why they actually why they even had Donald and Goofy present at all, because of how completely useless they are in several of the optionals.
That's it.
I mean, really.
That's it.
Well, again, the implication, Lava Dude, is that it's the same thing with the Aladdin Genie thing all over again. He's not actually all-powerful or all invincible or whatever. He's just, you know, powerful for the setting, which has a much less strength when accessing things outside his own given world. Ah! Wrong way.
Hey, you having fun yet?
Yeah, pretty much, Roaring.
That's it.
Yeah, I don't even know why the Lingering Sentiment fight has those two in it. It's like, alright, and they're dead. Instantly. Just instantly.
That's it.
Oh my god.
That's it.
Ugh, stop running from me.
Hey, starting to get warmed up here.
Why would I block? I don't even have it equipped, Kay. You kidding me?
Hey, this isn't happening.
I'm serious, I don't even have it blocked. Or equipped. Cool pose. We have no idea what's happening here.
What are you doing? Stop! Hey guys, get away from me! Oh, come on!
Graviga. And an Ansem report. No, Nicholas, because that's one of the non-Disney characters. I was actually planning to do that anyway, just to hear her and see what the difference it made, if any. In related news, Goofy's out of the fight. Agreed, Foo Dogs. Good night, Permeus. Why would I have it equipped, okay? It's a worthless, useless ability that I would never use, ever. Seriously, I don't block. In Kingdom Hearts, I never have, really. Dodge, sure. Block, no. Lorerun works perfectly in Kingdom Hearts 2. I don't want to talk too much about that here, though. I want to save that for there. Hello, Cooper. Only my heart, Dakota. I also tend to have a bit of a berserker strategy when it comes to my fighting style in games like this anyways. As has been so often called, kill them before I die strategy. Yeah, we are absolutely going to be finishing Kingdom Hearts 1 today. There's no way we're not. All we have left is the Hades Cup, which we're almost done with. The 3 super optionals. Or rather, the 2 optionals and the 1 super optional. There we go. And the end of the world, and that's it. Farewell, Brigman. I don't even know how to block in this game properly. You know what happens when I try to block? I dodge. To use another example of the non-block mentality, I'm terrible with X-Death in Dissidia. Oh yeah, I was gonna do the Winnie Pooh stuff. What am I missing? Because I'm missing, I think, 2 torn pages. Shoot. Do you mind looking that up really quick, Samurai? While I push through this? Because I got the one, from the Dalmatians. And I think that might actually be it.
Heal. Nothing to it.
Why would I need a shield, Rory? You are so weird. I have a weapon that I'm wielding with 2 hands. I don't really have space for a shield. Although, you just gave me a great idea for a new weapon type. A key shield. No? Okay, whatever. I think it would be cool. Oh, you're talking about that thing. No, that's literally just for the intro, Rory. You pretty much get the Keyblade right after that. And then never go back. That's another thing that irritates me, although that's true in Kingdom Hearts 2 as well as 1. The boss is at 1 health, but you can't kill them yet because insert reason A. Okay, no, I can't do that. No, okay.
This is it. Come on.
A key shield. This is a good example, by the way. Example, see, this is a good example. The boss is at 1 health. There we go. So it's like you've got this big old shield, and it's got a Keyblade, like, on it, and you just beat the crap out of people with it. There you go. That's how it works. I don't know. Almost there. Okay, I know I missed the one in the Cave of Wonders. And I definitely missed the one in Monstro. And the one in Halloween Town, and the one in Ariel's Grotto. Damn it. Hi, Toby Trigger. Wait, why are you saying hello to yourself?
This is it.
I'm never going to finish killing all these guys. Oh my god. Okay, so Cave of Wonders. I need to like write that down. Cave of Wonders, Monstro. Go away! Sorry, I lost my patience there for a second. Okay, so Cave of Wonders, Monstro, Halloween Town, Ariel's Grotto. Oh my god, another spawning. Can I just fight the Rock Titan already? Gotcha, Toby. Really, Kay? I notice it all the time. Or rather, I noticed it all the time in the past, because I used to just really crank up my combo, so I would have to be at the point where I have like a 7-hit combo. And the boss is at 1 health, and I'm trying to go through the whole 7-hit combo, and I can't finish it because he's actually interfering. You know, he's literally stopping my hits before I can finish the combo. And, yeah, basically. Okay, let's put this here so I know where that is. There we go. Oh, I'm in a wall. Limit form. I don't like it, but I like that it's an option. That's pretty much my thoughts on it in a nutshell. That's right, you want invincibles, right? Lots of invincibles. Oh my god, invisibles. Yeah, I could see that now. I don't know if that's true or not, and we probably won't know for a couple of years now, but yeah. I don't know, maybe I'm weird, but I mean, I'm weird about the limit forms of the form, excuse me, in general in Kingdom Hearts 2. I want to save more of that discussion for later, though, so I'm not going to talk about that now. I know, I don't have anything to talk about now, but I don't want to have nothing to talk about later, too, you know what I mean? God, and you guys are wondering why I cheated on this one. Jeez Louise. Kingdom Hearts 1 padding, yeah. This is why I was cheating, to speed this crap up. If I could cheat on Kingdom Hearts 2, I would, but I have no idea how to edit the save variables for that save.
That's the power of the Keyblade.
Like, I figured out money, and that's it, and I don't need money in Kingdom Hearts 2. Oh my god, it's the Rock Titan! This is a cool fight. I'm actually looking forward to fighting him in Kingdom Hearts 3. I hope it is an awesome fight in Kingdom Hearts 3. So this is why this is easy. You hit the foot a bit. It doesn't take long. Just give it a minute. And then he falls over, and then you hit him in the face. That is the entire fight. You have just seen the entire fight right there. Yes, I would, Last Samurai. Not that I want to, but I you know, time crunch and all that. I already have plans for how I'm going to do off-camera grinding in Birth by Sleep. I've already planned that out a bit. So yeah, this is the Rock Titan fight. There's really not much to it. He's cool. He's actually really cool. I've always liked the Titan design in Hercules. But yeah. I remind you guys I have 100 strength, by the way. Wow, I got stuck. So yeah, imagine this without 100 strength. No, you can parry the Ice Titan. At least I think you can. I remember I used to try to use the trick to level up the Ice Titan. And then I actually used it like one playthrough, and that's it. And we win. Ice Titan, or Rock Titan, or whatever. Yeah, Rock actually has one of the invisible health bars. Several bosses have so much health, they just basically gave them an invisible health bar on top of that. Wayland Yutani is much stupider, by the way.
We're the champs!
Yeah, I don't do the tonic water. Poor Hades. There's another ability I'll never use. Okay. Whoops. We're gonna go ahead and save, because we're about to lose. Seriously. We'll actually equip a couple of things, too, before we do this. We should probably equip anyways. No. Well, okay, sure. What do you got? Violetta... And the Genji Shield. Oh, and the games! Okay, so... Go ahead and grab that one. Oh yeah, Combo Master is very, very, very useful. Holy crap. I kind of need Second Chance, so let's get rid of Ripple Drive and take Second Chance. There we go. Alright. You ready for this, guys? We're gonna do Ice Titan first, actually. I think. I guess we'll find out in a second. Never mind. We're fighting Sephiroth. So I've never only beaten Sephiroth once ever. At level 100, cranked up, etc. I also forgot to give myself elixirs to walk into this fight. Here we go! I will do my best to show off how insane this fight is for you guys. Also, I do like his Kingdom Hearts look, for anybody curious. The additional wings are cool. So he's got incredible reach. And he can do that. He's also got an invisible health bar, like so many other bosses do. This is actually a take on One-Winged Angel. Damn it, get me in there! There we go. We've actually pushed through his invisible health bar. He's gonna shift modes pretty soon here. Damn it. Timed it wrong. His voice is Lance Bass, so you are not wrong. This is not the guy who voices Sephiroth and everything else ever. What? Face tank strat. I'm amazed he hasn't used one-winged Heartless Angel on me yet. Of course they will, Lexi. He's been doing it for everything else. This is Heartless Angel. Okay, so this is gonna suck. Because I have no mana now. Yep, I should have brought elixirs. Yeah, so I lose. Because I didn't bring elixirs. That's literally the only reason I lost there, is because I forgot to bring elixirs. So, yeah, he will nuke all your mana and your health down to 1. We're going to make another go of that. Let's see how many elixirs I even have. A couple. And we'll go ahead and use the Mega Elixirs on this fight as well. And we're going to save Sephiroth, Dragon Cat. Easy answer. No, I've got plenty. I can't, literally can't fit anymore. So yeah, let's show off the Ice Titan first because I wanted to show that off anyways. I have no idea, Rory. The North Shore. Funnily enough, I always found Sephiroth easier in Kingdom Hearts 2, but it's because he was better designed. He's less cheap. At least by my impression. We will be fighting him there as well, although I do not promise to defeat him there. So this is the Ice Titan. He looks really cool. The way you defeat him is you play tennis with him. Which I am not good at. I'm not good at this in Zelda either. All the way in the corner. There we go. I'm not going to do this whole fight because it's actually a really boring fight in my opinion. It's very twitchy, and it takes forever. And yeah, it's just kind of dull. So I'm just going to not heal. But this is how you fight him. There, in the corner. This is how I always fought him. Screw guard! This is also pretty much the way to level, at least so I'm told. I have to take other people's word at that. But as you can see, it takes forever. I mean, just forever. What Keyblade do you get from him in order to do this fight? Which is why I'm not healing, because I don't feel like dealing with the time consumption right now. I just wanted to show off the fight. So you notice how I'm actually damaging each one I reflect like that. And we're dead. Oh no, we lost. No. Yes, actually, Himakainen. It's actually called Fallen One in Kingdom Hearts, or in FF6. Oh yeah, Chrono Trigger also has that with Zeal, Halation or whatever. Okay, so let's get that save in, and let's go kill Sephiroth. Hey Lateralis, you're just in time for the Sephiroth fight. So we're going for break here. We're gonna try and actually beat him, which means once he starts getting into his using Heartless Angel phase, I basically have 6 Heartless Angels to defeat him before we lose. I don't know why you keep saying not enough, Deutsch. What is not enough? I'm confused. Hey, Platinum. There's a YouTube video about it, Lateralis. So, go watch that. Net positive. There's the summary. Wish me luck! Oh, gotcha, Deutsch. Well, you are quite a pessimist, sir. I probably should have put the ultimate weapon back on for this, too. But it was donated for me to use the Oblivion, so I'm going to try to beat Sephiroth with the Oblivion. Oh my god, okay. Come on, get it! Do it! There we go. This is really risky, and I shouldn't have done this. I'm gonna burn my mana into him, because I will literally... I will not burn through my mana before he Heartlesses me, so might as well use it. Ah, my phone. My phone's ringing. Ah! Now it's not the time! Ah! Oh, it's just a text. Okay, okay, we're good. Oh, you dick! Okay. Wow! I didn't have time to get off an elixir. Holy crap. Okay. Okay. Take 2. Still gonna do it with Oblivion. I probably should actually have Arrow up, yeah. I was... No, okay. You freaking kidding me? Blocking Sephiroth? Are you mad? Do you know... No, dude. No, absolutely not. I just have a lot of MP. I actually am burning through MP here. Speaking of which, let's go and get that going here. One more. Oh, I am never playing Kingdom Hearts again after this one. Kingdom Hearts 1, I mean. I'll probably replay the other ones, especially Birth by Sleep and Dream Drop Distance and 2, which I really enjoy. But this one? No, this is my last time. There it is. I'm doing something really risky. Yeah, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I couldn't remember if I could interrupt his Heartless Angel attack. Make sure I haven't. Okay, we're good. Okay, so I won't be risky this time. I don't remember Final Cloud. Also, it's Lance Bass, so it doesn't even matter. I don't know what they were thinking when they did that decision, by the way. I mean, for God's sakes. At least they got a real voice actor for him and everything else. I wonder what gravity does to him. Probably nothing. Yeah, I don't think it's even hitting him. Hey, we're in phase 2. Holy crap. So then he starts doing that. And then he starts doing this move. Meteor swarming the entire area. And the meteors don't even end with that. I'm actually doing Arcanum for invincibility frames here, if you can't catch that. And then he just starts attacking basically twice as fast, while being invincible. Ah, shoot! No! God damn it! I didn't realize he was doing Heartless Angel. I didn't realize he was doing Heartless Angel. And you can't back out of Arcanum. That was just a mistake on my part. That's all that was. I didn't realize he had done Heartless Angel. Hey, Nominee. The real trick with Arcanum is getting close enough to trigger it without getting nailed when he does it there. Yeah, he's basically going to be spamming his Meteor on me while attacking twice as fast, while occasionally doing Heartless Angel in that final phase. Come on, give me that. I admittedly got a little lucky last time, too. Yeah, like that. The timing of the attack happened to grab him out of his combo there. Oh! Okay. Come on, give me that green health bar. Give it to me! I don't even have Leaf Bracer, by the way. Ugh! There's a reason I still call this one of the hardest fights I've ever fought in history, by the way. This frickin' boss. Well, I had to cheat to do it, but I have now beaten Sephiroth twice.
Oh yeah.
Okay. All right. So that's everything here to show off. I think that's worthy of a save. Yeah, Sephiroth had an Ansem report. There's no lore reason for that fight. Like I said, it's the same thing I would do with Darth Vader. No lore reason at all, he's just there. That being said, Sephiroth is actually a lore aspect of the games, just not until 2. Yeah, I knew, Green. I have watched the fight, and will never actually fight him. Oh! This is new. What is this? Probably one Sephiroth Guitar Wizard. I've been looking for you. As have I. As long as you exist, I'll never wake from this nightmare. I like how Cloud is red, where Sephiroth is blue. Interesting there. Yeah, Sephiroth is most likely the reason Zack is no longer in the series. Well, that was pretty cool looking. I also like how Sephiroth did the reaching out hand thing to him. I'm sure Cloud's got that. Okay, so that's done. Actually, I'm pretty sure I'll be getting it, Nicholas. Because we're on Proud mode, and I've done the Hades thing, and I've unlocked every keyhole. So I should actually have the qualifications for that done. Okay, so I'm gonna go break for lunch, guys. Because I'm getting shaky. And then when we get back, we're gonna beat the game. We're gonna go poke our head at, End of the World. Then we're gonna go fight Xemnas. Then we're gonna go do End of the World, and that'll be it. So I will see you guys in however long, like half an hour or something like that. So I will also be doing a couple things off camera. Oh wait, we're doing Winnie the Pooh. That's right. We're doing. Damn it, Winnie the Pooh. I'm gonna put a poll up while I'm at lunch for you guys to decide if I should do Winnie the Pooh in Kingdom Hearts 1 or not. So, yes, do Winnie. No, the minigames are annoying. There you go. There's our options. 1 or 2. I'll be back, guys.